Yeah, I think it makes sense. I think
Vitality went with their typical double duelist, Jet Phoenix again. Sova, Omen, Vice. Trying to remember what NRG picked on through.
We got a Vice in the play, which means I am hanging up the mic on the mic for this one. It's the AA duo.
Bye. Thank God he's gone, right?
Plug in your controllers, your mics, your keyboards, your headsets. Everything's charged these days, but our AA batteries are charged for this one. Yeah. And there's going to be a chamber on this map as well.
Wait, Ethan's on Neon. Wait,
this is a very different looking type of game. It's Kiko on Chamber, Mard and Ethan for the double duelist. Haven't seen Ethan on anything other than like an Edit for the longest time.
That's insane that they don't play a KO on this map, but we're going to start off already with Kiko going for an aggressive B line. They're going to find this Vitality.
Okay, Kiko already getting flashed out of here. Paranoia in, and the rest of Vitality trying to fly on in, but Durka, wings clipped. First B down. And I'm not talking just about the side here. I'm talking about the buzz of Vitality. Down to only 4 members. NRG shutting them out of the site for now.
Slowing down the round here for Vitality, losing Durkay so early. Looked like there wasn't real follow-up using that Paranoia to get that B main. That's a really big piece of utility, because if you're looking on the side of the attackers here, they barely have anything left. Just that Molly on the side of Sayonara. They're walking up towards mid, trying to get some more space.
Okay, look at this. Look how pushed up Scuba is by the well. He has an excellent opportunity here, but Sayonara's already looking at him. And unfortunately, doesn't quite land the shot. Both players will just be whiffing their bullets, but Profik should be here for a nice and easy one. Does he find the secondary? Kiko punishes him. And on to A we go. Still have Scuba hiding behind the smoke. Waiting for his moment to strike from A main. Rest of the players on their way in from the rest of the map here. As the first player that Vitality probably need to get rid of is Scuba. Chronicle's looking for him, so is the rest of Yampi as well. 2 versus 4. Look how annoying Scuba's being.
One enemy remaining.
Rock onto Sayonara. Kiko falls in the middle of that as well. Now it's just down to Chronicle, who has so many players on all these angles to deal with. Somebody swing, please, Scuba. Thank you.
Scuba's discipline that round was kind of crazy. Not giving them the peek at all, just hiding in that main. They're so scared to peek him and to clear him. But again, they didn't have any of the utility for it. That was well played, but also no follow-up for the Durkay kill. If anyone had just come up, that player on lane would have gotten shot here. But of course, Neon stun from Ethan really putting in the work. This right here. Scuba just being so annoying, tanking that shock and finally peeking when it's a 1v3. This is just how NRG plays. And again, so far, I mean, Ethan on the Neon has used his stun really well, and this is what we want to see, because his util usage has been phenomenal when he is on that when he is on that initiator. So I'm wondering if they're trying to use this Neon in a way of let's just use all the util, let's use the walls, let's make sure the stuns are there.
Yep.
And then being able to just be a little bit quicker when they want to be, but it's still kind of insane to see.
I mean, we're trying a new composition here on Ascent for NRG, something they're debuting for this tournament. In the past, it's been a lot of KO, as you've said. We've even seen the Astra come through on this map before, but NRG throwing a bit of a curveball, and I ain't talking Phoenix against Vitality here. It looks like we have a pause already. Might be just a bit of a technical issue coming online.
Yeah, something spotted in that first round, but the side of Vitality here on a Thrifty. I think the story of this game so far has to be this composition from NRG, because like I said before, they've struggled on Ascent. They haven't really won it at all recently, and they've obviously changed their composition. They're trying to change up and see if there's something that works a little bit longer. And when you have such a crazy comp kind of enter into the scene, I'm saying crazy only because Ethan is on the Neon.
Yeah,
that means that they've had some crazy success in scrims in order to pull this out. I mean, Kiko usually being on the Jet and then Mata on the Phoenix, other way around too. They've switched those roles, but it's just insane. Like, I feel like there has to be some sort of crazy trap play that they're setting up off of this, because NRG, they're so good on their defensive side, and it's such a big question mark to me, but it makes this game even more exciting, because I really didn't like their Ascent before.
I mean, you look at his past results, and it's like you have to scroll really, really far back before you start to find any hint of a duel is being played by Ethan, but we'll trust it. Trust the process here. Ethan was one of my standouts in that day one game against Paper Rex, where it did feel like for NRG, despite losing that opening, even fracture, the gun rounds they had were still pretty clean. They completely through the ag.aling of Ethan, I would assume, outmaneuvering Paper Rex on Lotus. We're going to unpause the game now as we head into the second round. Problem solved on the technical side. Let's see if we can solve the problem of this Vitality second round.
Slow working towards that A main. Profek has been deposited past this smoke. There is a Kiko, though, on the other side with that Outlaw ready to hold, ready to clear. He might just get overwhelmed, but there has to be some sort of quick play here.
Yeah, I don't think Kiko's really going to walk too far forward. He'll just take his one and even get on out without taking a single shot. Full HP and armor intact as well. Vitality thought they could just completely rush into his line. They'll be dropping one of their members for it, one of their entries in Sayonara.
Slowing down once again. Same thing as that pistol round. Losing that first player, falling back, just trying to find any of these picks. But the double push into male by these players from B main. Getting one pick, getting a second Brock onto Durke, and now they're just pushing towards that mid.
Yep. You have to get rid of these players now. Profit's trying to come all the way from spawn as Marta takes down Chronicle. This round is going to end in a flawless. Flash is nice. Marta's spotted Profit out, and the rest of the team should be arriving in due order. What a nice flank coming through from the two players pushed up into tiles.
Yeah, Vitality just looking a little lost when that initial peak isn't working out for them. That initial entry, they just kind of fall back, try to get their ones. But we can't say anything too much too yet because they're going to be on their first gun round this next round. And then NRG having that bonus. They have a couple rifles. They have that Bulldog, of course, the Spectre. Probably going to look to see if they do something aggressive. Not really, but the double duelist towards a B main here for the side of NRG.
Kiko this time coming out from Cat. Still looking for his opportunity on the Outlaw. He's going to walk really far down.
My.
And just a double shot onto the Chronicle, hiding. What a read coming through from Kiko, and he's just going to get out scot-free. And now Scuba's going to be tucked into that corner as well. Two players working off each other. Scuba ready to come out for blood. And Kiko will even come through on the Headhunter as well. This gun round is completely falling to pieces.
This is insane. The trap setup working beautifully. That first initial peek, the aggression, no one's holding, and Profek actually manages to get that pick onto Mata, walking up through A main, uses a fake TP into that smoke, but Kiko's here to punch with the Outlaw. The peek coming in, and he gets the third kill of the round. 1v4 all of a sudden here for Durke.
Painful for Vitality. Bonus converted for NRG here, only losing Marta. It's Durka trying to be sneaky beaky going into B. Can hear that Ethan's already slipping and sliding there. But I think Ethan knows something is up. They will all know something is up once the plant does come on through.
Spike planted.
Ethan waiting for the troops. One more rifle upgrade. Ethan would love to take away this Vandal, and you're feeling like it will be the case. Relay bolts don't quite hit, but all the util flying on through regardless. Yeah, Ethan down. Durka has the strike. We've already started tapping the spike.
Crazy how good NRG is playing right now. I've always talked about NRG as the team that has one of the best defense sides. They're so good. They're so proactive when they are playing together, when their teamwork is there. The ability to just make sure they're setting up those trap setups, getting those initial picks. For me, it's crazy that Kiko was even allowed to walk all the way up here and no one's punishing him from top mid.
Yeah, they couldn't, unfortunately, not there in time, and just rendezvous away as well. So quick.
Yep.
But the read to even know that Chronicle might be there, pushing up, finding that kill, unchallenged. Now NRG looking good in the first 3 rounds. Vitality's economy already in shambles. Quite a few sheriffs online here as we once again challenge over for A main.
Getting that orb one away from Hunter's Fury here for Yampi. Durka just trying to get any pick towards mid. The team regrouping towards this top mid, and Brock is going to be the player that's over here. Needs to use that dart soon enough or get that contact onto Durka.
Brock Odin time. Kiko's still got ultimate here to play through if anything else goes wrong. I mean, look how dirty that is. Just Odin through the wall. Brock just knows exactly where his shots need to be placed. We'll take down that drone. Recon's going to come on through. All eyes on Market. And what more damage can Brock do before everyone starts walking on in? A flying headshot. Sayonara. Says goodbye to Kiko. It's one player dealt with. Vitality make their way onto site. NRG retaken.
Kiko in B main, he should have just had a better positioning there. He had that whole line, but the retake's online all of a sudden for NRG. They flooded in.
Checking their corners. It's Brock again, though, onto Prophet. Hunter's Fury, we talked about Yampi with that a little bit earlier on. He's trying to just get anything done with it. A tag, bit of damage, some information. But it's Armada and Ethan. Sayonara does get his HP back, though. 2 versus 2. He ripped that ultimate, but we just got a defuse in. Caught sleeping there. Vitality couldn't stop it.
Mata with a beautiful 3K. That looked really scary there for NRG. I mean, Sayonara just getting those picks was really nice to see. But I think, again, Kiko just got caught off guard. I don't know if that was just a timing thing, but he had that full B main line. He's probably just scared that someone was going to be coming in through that B main, flanking him as the execute was going on. So he wanted to rotate back into that site. But now, obviously, we're looking at a timeout from Vitality, which makes a lot of sense because they haven't won a single round, and this is their second gun round in this game. Yeah,
the very common 5th round timeout. You lost the first 4 in a row, but that last one, like you sort of mentioned, started to get a little bit spicy.
Yeah.
Had multiple ultimates starting to come online as well. Yampi setting himself up. Orb into Plant, into Hunter's Fury. Runner back being popped as well. Sayonara's impact certainly being felt. But a lot to discuss here for Vitality as NRG, the team that took down Paper X. That's the team to beat currently.
You know what? The more I'm thinking about the Ethan Neon, the more it makes sense. Listen, he's been their best positioned player, obviously. He's the ag.al. His rotations have to be on lock. If he's playing that KO, if he's playing that initiator, just able to rotate whenever they're putting pressure onto weak side or whatever it is. Now he gets to do it at double speed with the Neon. Sure. You see what I mean? He has a stun, essentially. Instead of a KO molly, it's a stun. It makes a lot of sense. But yes, first gun round going explosive towards this mid, just trying to get all that space almost immediately. Kiko set up on that cat with that op online through his ult, the tour de force. Oh my god, tour de force. Do you know how to say it?
Tour de force.
Tour de force.
What accent were you putting on?
I have no idea.
That's fine, Kiko. Okay, he is really looking for something here, but just rings out a couple of shots, and Vitality lucky to get away from that one. Oh, the paranoia has been good. Durka caught, and Ethan will finish up that kill. Run it back from Marta as well. Wants some action, and Tiles can he land the shots? A little bit shaky, but eventually we'll find it. Mid. Spike on the floor here as well. Ethan challenged by Prophet. We already have, by the way, Sayonara working his way down the lane. The Brock Odin, though, straight through the wall once again. Punished by Chronicle. Finally, it's 2 versus 3 here with a big TP now coming through from Prophet, or maybe not. Shut down. Marta, the excellent timing.
1v3 getting spammed. Everyone knows where Chronicle is. Scuba just being annoying, jump spotting, getting that info. Trying to get the contact slowed down so the players could just keep hold of this spike. It's going to be relayed towards them. Chronicle gets to pick onto Scuba, but the spike is down towards that mid wall. It's going to be so hard for him to try to even get close, and it looks like he's not going to because there's no time left on the clock.
Yeah, he's out of time here for sure, which means it's all over. Holding on to the final gun. 5th round going the way of NRG.
Again, it feels like Vitality is just so disconnected here right now. They're so unable to find those initial picks that they're going for. And once they lose a player, it feels pretty lost. They're trying to go for that mid split, trying to get some mid pressure, had 2 players towards that B main, but all of a sudden it just fell apart. Because NRG, they're just so active.
Well, you saw the early information coming on through. Kiko over on Cat.
Yeah.
Doesn't quite land the shots on the tour, but sees all the players starting to move over towards Market. Brock is there to just instantly lock in with the Odin, causing big problems for Vitality. 2 guns being picked up there from NRG. Kiko gets a free upgrade, and now Vitality scraping together a buy with very limited armors online here. How fast we're going to go for Ethan? Just wants to stun his way in, and Dirk is already out of the picture here. Scuba and Ethan getting a couple of extras, and suddenly Vitality, what little weaponry they could have been bought, has already just been dropped on the ground.
Such a nice crunch there into tiles from NRG. And Ethan really proving that his Neon, even if he's not fragging out, he's still able to use that movement beautifully, use the util really well. They've clearly set up a lot of these plays. And the flash to the smoke here from Sayonara. He's going to see Ethan towards that B main, but nothing getting caught. They are going to retake that spike back. But look at these players. 2 in B main. Kiko's pushed all the way up through A. They have all the info, and just spotting from Cat is Brock.
Yeah, it seems just like another lost round here, though. With only 2 players left alive. Money outside of Chronicle still not looking the best. Feeling like an easy 6 rounds in a row for NRG. Different pacing here, much faster round with Ethan just diving on through into tiles. As Kiko finds an opening here, should be a nice free kill. Sayonara, the last one alive now. He's been spotted by Brock, so can't imagine that Sayonara will be able to get too much done. The door will close on top of him, and, well, the hot hands will at least deliver one.
Okay, quick break.
Shut down. Kiko getting that final kill. But again, NRG, they have a plan for every single round so far, and every single one has worked out in their favor. It's not only the opening picks that they're getting, but it's like the follow-up, the protocols, the little macro movements that they're having around the map in order to position themselves up for success. The second that they've fallen back into B main after that tiles crunch, Kiko's all the way through A main. This really nice play on this ping pong, and that's why NRG, they've been the world champions before. They've done this for themselves, for Americas, but this last run in Masters, it's been a little bit of a struggle for them. They haven't been able to find their footing, but I'm really happy to see how they're setting up with this ascent. And it's crazy to me that they've done it with Ethan on Neon.
Former World Championship team led by a 2-time world champion coming back into form. And on the other side, an EMEA powerhouse super team built to win championships. And if you want to beat the best, we're going to go through NRG here, who themselves took down Paper X just a couple of days ago, and now 6 rounds in a row. We've already had our second Vitality timeout. They really want to find any semblance of a recovery in this first half.
Yeah, I mean, 6-0 is insane, and you're looking at the economy. You don't have anything. You have the one Vandal online. You have that hero Vandal, sorry. And then on the other side, Kiko still keeping that outlaw. Doesn't feel the need to purchase an off. B main dart, Brock with the spam. This was the main reason why this Odin spam was even invented. And he gets the pick onto Durka.
That's your Blade Storm gone. What little you had coming into this round starts to dwindle a little bit further. Sayonara going to be able to make his way on. Reminder, this is a sell on the B side so far as the real push is coming through over towards A. Watch out for Scuba. He's hiding in wine again. He won a round from this position before. He could really come through with an excellent timing, playing off a potential contact from Marta.
So crazy that Durka is just able to walk up mid, but no one's there supporting him. And it feels like that's been the story for Vitality time and time again. But Scuba here with a really nice spot for this Paranoia.
They're all going to run through directly into the Paranoia, but the swing is not good. Yampi, quick fingers, and he'll be delivered into a fresh Vandal here. The whole team has been spotted. They're still going to have to run through the smoke. Eventually, Marta and Kiko playing off the back of each other, and they're just going to rip through Vitality.
Marta's having such a good game too. Him and Ethan have been running it down almost, making sure they're playing those trap setups really well. And then when they're not together, Marta's still able to use his flash to re-peek, to just make sure that he's getting the trades on a lot of these setups that they're having. For Vitality, though, I need to see them set up Durka for success. It feels like they're just sending him off onto an island, letting him die, and then thinking, well, now what do we do? And it looks like they don't have that backup plan, that secondary plan, the mid-rounding to follow up.
Watch out for the big stat line for Kiko's first bloods in this map. I can tell it's going to be high. The way he's able to just get these opening kills, TP's away on the rendezvous, and no response. You lose one of your big tools in the Blade Storm on that round.
Joke's over.
Not expecting too much. Marta, run it back early. A bit of a human drone coming on through, and the opposite one now coming through from main. Brock just instantly annihilates it. Sayonara doesn't get anything done in the ult, but Dirk is already on site, trying to clear through onto Heaven. Yampi and Prophet will get the opening kills. 5 versus 3. The first round, it looks like their Vitality actually have good numbers going their way. Plant should be coming through at any moment now, with Brock still trying to be annoying on the tree side door. Closing Ethan. Good timing onto Yampi.
Down A.
Couple players still in hell that could be problematic, though. Operator coming through from Heaven. Kiko looking for an angle, and he finds it. Now we've evened up the numbers. 3 versus 3. Operator. Ooh. Can't quite land the shot into Chronicle this time around. Slowed this one down quite considerably now. A drone to come on through. No tag. And finally the plant. 2 versus 2. Ethan trying to come through. Overdrive. Ready to play. Waiting for the timing of the dart. And now the first target. Chronicle takes him down. 2 versus 1. And Brock through the wall, through this box, still managed to get 1 kill. Just Durga left to play through. The drop. Does he have the timing? Here's the shot, but Durga is better. Brock actually landed the first shot through the gem, but Durga finds the head, and Vitality have to win a 1v1 to bring themselves into this half, but they've done it. The first round now taken.
Finally on the board, and it was on the back of a really well done execute. Hearing that Phoenix ult towards mid, hearing that they popped it so early, they were not worried. They took their timing in a main, took that space, and just ended up going out together. And this is what I like to see, because Durga, he's no longer on an island. He has that support. He has a dart coming in. He has a Sayonara flash, curveball. Then he also has all this stuff, the paranoia, the smokes, just so he's not isolated and taking such a weird fight almost every single time. But the op back online for Kiko. He's trying to get a pick towards this mid. Prophet has a feeling this is going to happen. He's up boosted, but no one's actually going to spot each other.
Ethan wanted to slide on in. There's a lot of smokes though in his way, and Sayonara up on top. Ethan wasn't ready for it. Both players in mid, by the way, kind of just cross each other's angles without seeing each other at all. And now just a 1-for-0 trade on A. Oh, I think Marta wants more though. He
Using
thought about
that
it.
Flash to just re-clear that boost, and he's falling back into sight. Kiko's re-aggressing towards mid here. They're gonna not hear anything, and all of Vitality are opting to walk back through spawn because Chronicle, he's fully set up in this B main. He hears that chamber trip, and he knows what's going on. 5v4. This would be a really good time for them to execute.
Marta's read on this as well has been excellent. He's now moved himself all the way over towards B, exactly where Vitality's going to strike. Time has run out, trying to use these shocks to clear any type of util available. Look how under pressure Brock is, and now the Hunter's Fury as well, but Dirk has found his way on towards site. A couple players in the back here as Scuba's managed to TP his way in towards boats. Dirk and Sayonara will just completely delete those plays. Now Kiko has a big question to answer. How badly does he want a 1v5 with the operator in hand?
Yep, now NRG kind of pushing, being a lot more aggressive than they have been, trying to get that space in order to punish them, because they know that once they get into that execute scenario, this last round, this round for Vitality, it's so hard for them to hold. They just made a pretty big gamble pushing that A main. They just didn't clear that top of the box either. For NRG though, I still think with this 6-round lead, about to be 5, makes a lot of sense for them to keep on to this operator, because it's been one of the main reasons why they've gotten those first picks a lot of the time. The opening kills from Kiko have been phenomenal, but now they're probably going to set him up towards an extremity, because that's where Vitality has had their success.
Yeah, I mean, we had Kiko, I believe, he was in mid. Prophet was on boxes at top mid, and neither player ended up seeing each other. That could have been first blood. The first blood was in fact then found, with Ethan going down, really wanting to challenge those smokes. Aggressive play over towards A main, but just doesn't quite see Sayonara post on the boxes. NRG now will be taking their first time out of the map so far after a bit of momentum shift going towards Vitality.
NRG, early timeout for them in the sense of they're so far ahead, but of course they need to figure out why these last couple rounds haven't worked out for them. And I think they're going to pretty quickly understand that the extremities is where their problem lies. Maybe trying to set up Kiko, maybe trying to just play a little bit more passive, letting them take the mains, but just being able to hold onto the sites when they're executing. It feels like their rotates have been pretty good so far. I really don't mind them gambling, finding that strong side, leaving Kiko kind of alone on that weak side just to hold some sort of angle. And I think that's probably what they're going to end up doing. But again, of course, you're playing with a new comp. probably trying to figure out the training wheels, figure out what's going on here, and just making sure you get as many rounds as you can on this defense side.
Ethan's certainly not afraid to get down and dirty early on in these rounds. He's been awarded for those in a couple of these rounds. He's been punished now most recently around number 9. If Vitality can string through the last 3 here, it'll be a pretty excellent comeback for our first half in terms of a 5-7 finish. Kiko, of course, holding onto the operator from the previous. No real ultimate to speak of at the moment for either of these two teams. And a more mild start this time from NRG.
Playing it passive. Ethan on that cat spotting. Kiko on the weak side with that operator. This is what I like to see from NRG. A little bit of a change of pace. Trying to drone, get that information early, but not being able to spot any of those players towards B main. They have a lot of presence here. 5 players going towards that tiles, re-droning back to make sure they get that information, make sure they haven't taken any space away from them as Vitality choose to go towards that B main once again.
You have to respect the fact that clearing main again, or rather clearing mid again, Kiko could have been there with an op. It's got to be another B finish here. Paranoia in hand, doesn't come on through, I believe it did. Marta now flash on through, it's the counter Paranoia as well. We're already on the side here. Marta trying to hold on best he can. The other players in swarm from CT to assist. Well, these walls start to fade. Sayonara inside smoke onto Brock, and see Scuba inside boat as well, trying to go over towards spawn, but just falls to Ethan. Scuba online as well, 3 versus 3. No plant. No opportunity to back on out of this one. Oh my god! Kiko actually hits that one. Yampi whiffed. Too many shots. And now with time running out, we're going to be sending Spike over towards A.
Look at Kiko. He's going to be there already, though.
Oh, that's a nasty slowdown. Trademark wasn't cleared. Kiko is ready for it. Only 30 HP, but he's clearing that angle, and that's an easy shot.
Teleport's ready.
Patience, though. He doesn't know where Profik is. They know now. They know now. Does he just go straight for the defuse? I don't think he can, because there is a TP from the shadows from Profik. 1 versus 1 now, and Kiko has the shot. Brilliant stuff. Profik, appreciate the fact that he ulted for that one, because that could have gone his way, but Kiko just too sharp.
Dude, Kiko definitely the MVP of that round. That was insane. Ethan even turning that flash in spawn, able to get the 1 pick, gets traded, but then Kiko just sticking to his guns on that kill in boat. It's kind of insane. This one right here. Oh my god, if I'm the MP, I'm so mad. This pick off, obviously, the really quick rotate. They're not worried to split up in that 1v2. 2v2, sorry, knowing that that spike was going elsewhere. Really nice stuff. And then we're going to see another switch up in their defensive side for NRG. Kiko's actually setting up that op towards that B main. The Paranoia comes in. He spots the run it back. Gets a pick onto Sayonara, but he's respawned. Durka already in sight, trying to find Brock. Doesn't manage to get more than 1 motto with 2. Profik gets the trade. Sayonara getting the pick onto Kiko as well. And all of a sudden it's a 2v2 bloodbath. Yampi onto Ethan and Scuba all of a sudden 1v2, and he's trying to go towards that B main, try to get that flank. The drone's gonna come in. Spike still not planted though. This is winnable.
Vitality really want this B flood. It's worked for them before to get themselves one of the 2 rounds that we see here, but the last time they tried it, didn't go their way. 1v2 now, super winnable from Vitality. And really expecting them to be able to do so as well. Scuba on full HP up against 2. Shockers online from Yampi. Sayonara has a little bit of util as well. The recon. Timing. But no reveal. Paranoia, that's the opportunity. TP on the other side. He needs to find the shots in early. But Sayonara just spots Scuba on the top of the wall. Vitality with 3.
That was such a nice round from Vitality. The fast Paranoia, knowing that NRG was going to switch something up, punishing Kiko. But then it was just a bloodbath, of course. Mata coming in, getting 2, almost turning the round around on its head. But it didn't work out for NRG. Vitality, really well done. The frags are there. The spacing and the trading were really on point for them. They got that front sight. They managed to get all the way through stairs. The pathing was there too.
Look at the conditioning here as well. Vitality have flooded B so often that NRG are now going to overcommit on that side of the map.
Get out of my way.
First time we start to see NRG really low on the cash side. Kiko is popping the taunt. But it's a slow one from Vitality. Mega grouped up on the A side of the map and is NRG notices there's not going to be another B flood. Happy to wait.
3 players holding. They're doing such a good job at waiting here for Vitality, knowing that NRG likes to do these mid-round trap plays, the info plays, and not giving them any. Kiko has that operator from his ult online. I'm not going to try to say it again. Just holding. Chronicle lurking and the execute.
There we go. Paranoia is being traded both sides. Scuba needs a little bit of help here if possible, and his team has arrived. Marta, run it back, being popped nice and early, just allowing him to freely challenge for these angles without worrying about dying. But the angle they're not worried about is Durka coming through from glass. They just didn't even realize the flank is in play. That's going to be the winning play of the round, you have to imagine. But Ethan, he's looking for a double up here. He doesn't quite get it, and Durka, the hero of this round for Vitality, to recover them 4 rounds in what was otherwise a very dire looking half.
Yeah, I mean, it was 7-0 at some point and ending in 8-4. That's the best case scenario here for Vitality. Finally coming online, understanding that all they had to do was just play a little bit passive and then go together as a team. And that round, oh my God, the timing, holding that I main, knowing that they're going to be able to get that tree kind of pressure in after a while. Durka with really good timing, getting into tree, pushing up, getting the pick onto window. NRG, they were not ready for it. And for Vitality, this is good. They've got the momentum for the second half going onto that defensive side. But for me, I'm really interested to see how NRG are going to start playing this, because again, that Neon Phoenix, it's a really nice combo, but it's on players that we don't really see play it. By players, I mean just Ethan.
Yeah, just the one guy.
Mata's been great.
One person that we hope to trust here as well. As again, plenty of Kiko highlights, I'm sure, in this highlight reel here. That was the 1v1 from Durka that actually allowed Vitality to get their scoreboard on. We talked about the 7 rounds in a row. That was broken, finally, with the 1v1 victory. But now still plenty of rounds required to be recovered by the side of Vitality. Wait, you did mention it. Momentum is starting to build here a little bit. They did burn both timeouts in that first half, though, to get those 4 rounds.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit harder without those timeouts for sure. But you can see here from the highlights, I mean, both these teams having really nice rounds, really nice ability to get those multi-frags online. And I think now they've moved on. It's going to be a little bit harder here for NRG, because with that chamber, you're going to have to set him up for success. You're going to have to try to let him go either lurk or get his opening picks, and you can't set him up as easily as you did on that defensive side, because Kiko, he's always not needed that much support when it comes to getting those frags, when it comes to getting those opening kills. So it's going to be kind of crazy, because they have to deal with the Vice Wall. They're going to have to use that Neon, use the Neon movement to deal with it, make sure they get that pressure off of it, make sure they're baiting that wall out so they could end wherever they want.
Back to round 1 again. Technically 13 here. NRG, big 5 grouped up over towards A. Let's see what Ether can do on this Neon now that he's on the attacking side. He's been nice and quick before. Excuse the lack of the feed there, but in any case, in we go. Blazewall up. Oh, that is a decent flash, but it won't be enough to stop Prophet from getting the shot onto Ethan required from hell now. Prophet wants a little bit more. Can he find a third? Marta will shut him down finally. Scuba TPing away as Chronicle from heaven looking for targets. Gets Scuba down. But there's just one left. Marta is just hoping, praying that he can get some more kills here to make it interesting. But Yampi and Sayonara will make sure the shutdown is there.
Vitality with a really nice flood back into sight. Really good trades as well, just making sure they're taking that space. Works really well. Profek, of course, here, stable, staying alive for as long as possible in that hell position. Mata getting 3, but it just wasn't enough. Vitality again, Chronicle, really good timing on that swing towards heaven, and a pistol on the side of Vitality. But now they have those weapons online. NRG, full thrifty here. Opting to buy literally nothing, which is kind of crazy. Just trying to get that or probably farm it on one of these players.
Good news, silver linings for NRG is Marta did enough there to get 4 out of 6 on his ult. Early scan's going to catch Ethan. That's going to allow Durka to be posted up here for, you would imagine, should be a freebie. Is it going to be delivered over? Surely Ethan is caught here. Maybe Scuba. Somebody, but the flash is unfortunately not good enough. Ethan thought he had a little bit more support there, but Durka is instantly out of action and through the wall. Chronicle with the Guardian as well. Numbers falling apart here for NRG.
Really nice spam kills, but NRG just falling back. Kiko trying to find something with his Chamber Sheriff online, trying to get towards that tree. Sayonara is going to be sitting here, though, waiting. Spotting for contact. Profek with a really nice crossfire as well. The double peek is going to come in. Profek gets that pick onto Kiko. And 2 players towards this A main here for NRG. But Vitality, they already have 3 here.
Yeah, this will be a cleanup for sure. And the smoke's already going to cause issues. And both of them will walk out of the smoke and instantly into the arms of Vitality. A nice flawless in their second round.
I can't believe the scoreline was 7-0. And now it's 8-6. This is insane. NRG, they've lost their number advantage. They've lost that map advantage too. It's just crazy how quick Vitality have adapted. I think obviously winning the pistol has been the big thing. Getting that second round online, just making sure they're not losing to those close range weapons. And then their bonus round as well is going to be really important. It looks like they're going to try fighting towards this mid with their double duelists.
We have a timing here for the Marta ult as well. Running back online, ready to play. And you'd imagine this would be an excellent round to send it. First flash comes on through, and here we go. Sayonara in an amazing spot. He's got a 3 kill in front of him if he wants it, but Marta turns around in time. The big 2 kills you were looking for were the ones he actually got, and now Durka's going to run in. Paranoia support is perfect from Profik.
Taken out.
This NRG squad is looking worse for wear, but at least 1 kill bringing it back between Brock and Chronicle will make things a little bit more doable in the 2 versus 3. Wait for the flank from Durka as well. Low HP, but in an amazing spot to activate. 2 versus 2. Brock and Kiko. Oh my goodness. They've just brought the numbers way back. Durka now has to do way too much on no HP.
Only 8 is crazy, but Kiko, he's already holding for this and gets the pick onto Durka. Really nice patience there from NRG in the middle of the round. Really scary at the beginning too. Kind of sloppy. No one's clearing that corner. 3 players almost losing to that one in the corner. But the trades were really nice as well coming in from Vitality. Yes, this Sayonara just got away with way too much. 2 kills. It's definitely not what you want to see. But a really good round as well for Vitality because they got 3 weapons down.
Yeah.
That means that next round, if NRG do lose this, they're going to be not that good on their money. They're not going to be able to buy.
Really expecting the Sayonara with that position, just hiding away in the corner. Should have been able to win the round for Vitality, but still goes the way of NRG. Excellent 2 versus 3 towards the end there. Durka on the same position he was last round, trying to get anything done. Mid to B coming through from the rest of the players. They're about to get crunched in this Vitality double anchor. Everybody rushing on in. Marta up first, already spots a player in towards Boat, but Yampi and Durka are doing really insane damage. That's a stinger triple! Yampi's done way too much! But Durka's untouched and Boat as well. That is an incredible round!
Oh my god! Winning that round is crazy! NRG, they're gonna be broke. If anything, they're only gonna be able to get those 2 rifles. That means any chance of getting the operator online might be 0, and this was insane. Yampi with the 3K, absolutely stunning. No trade coming in, and it was actually looking really good for NRG. They had that full mid, that vice wall. Mata just ran right past it. Nobody turned around in time in order to punish him. And it's looking like the 2 sheriffs and that Guardian online for NRG. So broke here.
I'll tell you what, Sayonara from the round previous says, pay it forward, and Yampi says, here we go, this is the round that we should have had, the one previously. So Vitality is still keeping the scoreline nice and close here with NRG on only pistols. We're expecting Vitality to hit up 8. As it's Durka comfortable on this B line constantly. He's got 1 player trapped, Brock, surely there's no way you're getting out of this one. Okay, Brock is insane to be able to hit that through the wall on 13 HP, he walks away.
Swapping guns over. Has his Hunter's Fury online as well. Vitality full A main control, using that flash to pick off Kiko. And their secondary plan has kind of fallen to pieces here for NRG. But Mata, he's still here, still challenging, trying to get some sort of pick. He gets spotted by Profek and all of a sudden falls back. The mid control is going to be important for NRG here because none of these players are holding it. But the site holds are going to be so good for Vitality.
If they want to go through mid into market, share will be popped, but otherwise you have control from Prophet in A main. Sayonara looking through from tree as well. Phantom ready to go through. He's ready to get these kills. Prophet's already got one, but Ethan, sharp shot, will respond. Chance for an upgrade here. Ethan's on a bit of a run through. He's made his way all the way into heaven. Player in towards hell has to be the one taken care of here as they look for the eventual plant. Prophet has to go down. Ethan challenging. Brock trades for it with his own life. Now Chronicle from heaven gets taken down. This is going to be NRG potentially sealing the round away with minimal equipment. Guardian was the only thing that came in with him. Wow!
My God!
Ethan sliding through. He gets 2 kills on that Sheriff. Such quickness.
What
that vitality you're not ready for.
Sound. I can't believe that. That was insane, Ethan. Beautiful stuff from him on that round, winning it out, getting beautiful shots in as well, and it looked really bleak for them at the beginning. That shot was gross.
Yeah.
Immediately retaking that space. He even got the spike down with like 1 second left on the clock, making sure that they got that round winning condition in. You can see there, Vitality, the players, not happy about that one. 2 ults online for both sides, and it's going to be super fast NRG.
Exactly. Ethan wasting no time. Hunter's Fury coming through as well for a little bit of support. Mard onto Sayonara first as the flashes get traded in. Already taking full control of the site. Durka looking for a player through the wall. Trying to spam his way in. Run it back now coming through Marta. Going straight in towards Tree. Easy flick backwards. Durka falls, and what a shot from Marta. Big scan onto Prophet here as well. And NRG with the speed to just immediately explode onto A. Vitality now have to think about their chances in the 2v5, and they're thinking, we're out of here.
What a typical Ethan call after a tilting round for Vitality to then call a super fast execute. This happens almost every single time. A clutch, a crazy clutch like that, or something that's just not supposed to happen. He does tend to call that way, and it worked out really well for them. Once again, they weren't even ready. You can see the players close were flashed. They were blinded by that Phoenix. And then again, Mata, the confidence to just pop that, run it back, go through that garden, make sure they can't even have a chance at retaking it, can't even set up towards that tree. So well played by NRG, and all of a sudden, 11-7.
Tell you what, I was A1 from day one for NRG before they even won the World Championship. Last year's EWC qualifiers was when Scuba joined the team. From that point onwards, it was a big transformation, and now in 2026, NRG looking to make a big showing and a big run again. Vitality, the super team from EMEA, really looking for success also, and currently, look, only 4 rounds difference between these 2 squads, but NRG so dominant in the last few rounds.
4 ults online though for Vitality, popping those knives,
Wow.
getting the pick onto Scuba top mid. That's an important one. Your controller is gone, but 2 walls because they have that Phoenix and Neon, so not too much pressure here for NRG. They're still going to commit to that mid control.
Under pressure, and Durka finds a beautiful shot long range, about as long as you could ever hope for. Crawling up mid though, still going to be a couple of players. Double duelist here from NRG. Drone will spot both. Like this huge amount of information now. Ultimate's being played in towards the mix. Ethan trying to get his way out, but the Hunter's Fury from Yampi will get the cleanup. Now just the 2 alive. 2 versus 5 from NRG, and the response from Vitality after that very dangerous last round is a very loud one.
Brock 1v5, gonna obviously try to save. He knows it's not gonna happen. Durka gets caught off guard, but it doesn't matter. There's still 4 players here, and they're not letting him save.
Durka didn't even buy into the round. He's the one that can easily go down with no issues. Massive response from Vitality. I mean, you called it like potentially 2 tilting rounds.
Yeah.
With some fast and snappy Ethan gameplay. This time around, though, complete shutdown. Durka going huge on the Bladestorm.
That was so important, and they used 3 out of 4 of those ults that they had, though, for that round. Chronicle still has that Steel Garden online, able to play retake really well. He's set up towards that A site, the Vice Wall towards Cat. He has really good retake potential. Vitality, the op online. Durka holding that towards B main.
Seen Durka succeed here before, but not today. Just misses the shot. Amada punishes him. Now you have to hope for these players to get a little bit more done over towards CT's. Sayonara onto Brock. That's good for now. As the rest of it, Vitality start to flood on in. Chronicle is there for the kill onto Ethan. 3 versus 4 for now. Prophet stuck behind the wall, but tell you what, Sayonara is good for extras. As Kiko slips away with the spike, Scuba's found himself all the way into CT spawn.
They have no idea yet, but they definitely have a feeling because 4 of these players just turtled up here for Vitality. Popped the Vice util. Definitely winnable here for Vitality NRG. They're going to have to do something to equalize the numbers. The wall is going to be popped on Scuba. That wall gone, dealt with. He has a 1v1 potential here towards mid.
Yeah, he needs to win this one against Prophet. Sees, okay, the head, but just shoots completely wide. That was a very unfortunate shot that we caught on POV. Note that Kiko does have Rendezvous available to go back over towards A main, so he's going to be good for a singular shot here before he has to fall off. Scuba going potentially in towards hell. That's a nice paranoia to start things out with, but Scuba just entirely disappears. Speaking of disappearing, Kiko doesn't even get to pop his TP. Another really nice round for Vitality.
Yeah, the super fast flood into B caught off NRG. We saw Mata thinking that door was still open, trying to run in, but it just wasn't open. Market, it was closed. He had his flash out in his hand. He was completely lost. Even after whiffing this shot from Durka, it didn't matter. Sayonara, one of the main reasons why they're even able to get back into sight. Just flashing, using that Phoenix wall up and running through all those smokes, making sure he's just causing chaos on the site. And now, NRG, they've called a timeout here, which makes a lot of sense, seeing as how they've lost a bunch of these rounds.
These last 2 rounds that NRG are trying to find from 11 to 13 have just been slipping through their fingers, and Vitality's been finding a lot of momentum. We already talked about the fact that towards the bottom of that first half, they were starting to string together the rounds, and from a 0-7 deficit, the comeback has been real to the point where NRG are under the knife of pressure right now. Vitality looking to seriously bring this one back.
Yeah, I'm really liking the way that Vitality have set up a lot of these defense rounds. Durka, even though if he's whiffed a couple times, it doesn't matter because he still has so much information with that operator. The rest of the team, so good, so fast at flooding back and making sure that they're just playing together. It's something that they were struggling to do in the first half of this game. 11-9, this is exactly where they want to be. But the 2 Phoenixes on either side being the reasons why they have so many frags. 23 and 18.
Careful now.
See how fast Ethan wants this one. Fast lane's already in play. Okay, and we're just going to start TPing through. Scuba is in, but Ethan takes down Prophet. After a 1-for-1 trade, Ethan has been tagged up, and conversely, Sayonara now in a little bit of trouble. Ethan looking for this kill. Sayonara just can't quite land a shot even on towards the shoulder. At least the rest of Vitality starting to come through from the heaven side of things. Scuba onto Yampi. Ethan still alive here. Ethan still being so annoying. There's no shots will land on top of him. Spike hasn't gone down yet. The rest of the players from NRG middling about here. But it's only 2 players left from Vitality, and they're both in the position that they need to be. They don't know where Brock is, though. Can Brock be the hero right now? And oh my god! You've seen Brock win those before, but not today. Chronicle is so quick to know that Brock was in wine.
That spike is down now. Wine is going to be so much harder to recover. Chronicle has no idea that someone's top mid, but actually Scuba making noise. Chronicle heard that Scuba. Is he going to clear it properly? Patience.
30 seconds left.
Kiko flanking as well, by the way. Eventually it'll be contact on both sides of A. Over in heaven. And over in Gelato as well. God, all these players are so close. That's a barrel. That's a free kill for Chronicle. And he's being patient about it. Really marinating that one for as long as he can. And now Kiko understands how dire the situation is. He'll probably just back on out. This is an expensive gun you don't want to give away.
Yeah, they can still buy next round. If they keep this operator online, they get to keep it without having to force 5 rifles instead. So really good save, but also that round by Vitality. I mean, 2v3, Brock struggling. NRG was so split up. They were so scared of that Vice wall on Cat popping and giving away the positioning of Kiko, but it didn't matter. Nice re-clear by Chronicle. really big round turner here. And all of a sudden, NRG, they've just taken that time out as well, that last round. They're going to be struggling to find answers here. Coming down to that 2v3. 2 ults online, though. Sayonara with the run it back. He's on that cat. Might try to do something a little bit aggressive. And Durka back on this B main.
I mean, one more round and NRG's going to be full broke here. Kiko at least will shut down the runner back quick and easy as the rest of the players start to find their way on towards B. 3 members from Vitality here to receive, and Durka all the way in boat. Speaking of that, Chronicle will be the first up. Durka doubles for Ethan. It's only Kiko that will get something against Yampi here to keep things so competitive. So 4 alive, though, as the Steel Garden comes on through. But at this point in time, NRG got to peel away from B, at least for the time being.
4v3, shutting down that retake, but it just wasn't enough because 2 of these players on site just doing such a good job here for Vitality. Holding, playing passive, not overextending, not over peaking, just getting theirs and delaying long enough for Yampi and Sayonara to be able to be on that B site. But Profek, he's alone on A here. Needs to play it a little bit safe. I think he's in hell. Kiko trying to find one, trying to find a rotation pick at least so that they can equalize numbers.
There's a shot. Kiko onto Durka.
30 seconds
Well,
left.
at least bring numbers back a little bit, but have to start thinking about the speed up now as Kiko will move through mid, join his teammates, potentially mid to A here. Smoke to slow things down. 1 smoke available on Scuba as well. That's all the util they really have. Still have time to play through this one, and now the jig is up. Vitality knows what is happening here. Playing around the generator. Profit needs to find something. Sayonara coming down. Thought the flash was going to be good, but it's not good enough. Profit now has to do it all, and he's done it! What a kill through the smoke! And a clutch from Vitality to send them through another round, evening us up.
What a crazy clutch. They needed that. The round fell apart, even though it looked so good for Vitality. That was absolutely stunning. Here, Chronicle, Durka doing their jobs really well. Kiko with that pick. But oh my god, Profit. That was insane. And he got the final shot too. That's disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, through the smoke as well. And that's not even a typical plant. You might often see the plant like behind the gen, looking over towards tree. Well, that spam wouldn't have really connected with anything. But he'll get it done now. Sayonara tucked away. Easy on the Kiko. Can't TP away. It's another 5v4. Vitality happy with that start.
Pushing all the way through to Tiles. Gets Mata with his back turn, but it doesn't matter. The pick comes in. Mata now still set up towards mid. The spike going towards that A. All these players, though, on NRG are split up.
Mata's trying to break his way into sight here. Durka finally gets punished through. Just as Mata sees Yampi, running back is expended. Just want to end that trade 4 versus 3. With limited numbers here from Vitality, they've completely left B open. I mean, there's still a bunch of Vice util on A, but they're just going to have to play for retake on B now.
4v3. The retake potential is there. They do have that paranoia online. They have the dart ready. But 4 players for NRG, it's going to be really hard because they have all this extra util as well. The paranoia on Scuba. Spike's going to go down, using a lot of util to clear onto site. Going to figure out that no one's there.
Yep. Notably, though, drone saved. Paranoia saved by Scuba there as well. This is the round that will put us into map point. Now, you talked about the utility available from Vitality. Paranoias will be traded shortly here, you'd imagine. Importantly, the recon is gone as well. The smoke start to fade here. Paranoia prepped and ready. That's going to be the go button. Profek should be looking to send it through. Yampi in. First kill should be easy. Imagine with a relay bolt calls some Province. Profek again wanted to be the hero. Now Chronicle has to be for his team, and it won't be enough. Doesn't quite see Scuba. 2 is left, you'd imagine. Even if he did, the trade would have been there anyway. NRG found the open site, got the free plant, forced the full retake to come on through, and it was not successful for Vitality.
12-11. NRG 1 round away from winning Vitality's map pick. The map that they haven't had that much success on. But of course, Vitality able to bring it to an overtime here. They have the means to do so. Operator online for Durka once again. He's holding that towards mid. But NRG, 5 players outside of A.
Rocker's ult for this one as well. Excellent for a post-plant opportunity. Okay, this is going to be util just thrown on in. Ethan and Marta not wasting any time here. Yampi on Tomato. Wow, this attack is starting to fall apart just like that. A couple players already gone. Hunter's Fury now coming through from main to cause some problems. Sayonara has been taken down. Profect finds that Sova, and we'll get a little bit more to Yampi as well. OT, here we come.
Again, these retakes have been so good from Vitality when they have the means to do so. When they're doing that flood retake every time that NRG seems to be grouped, executing as 5, it seems to always get shut down. Profect, beautiful shot, and Yampi, of course, running out through tree. Again, Profect staying alive for so long on site, just being annoying, throwing down that dark cover in the middle of site, playing hell, using the paranoia as well on the timing that his teammates are coming to retake. Just such a well-played round here from Vitality. And all of a sudden, we're in overtime. From 7-0, we're in overtime.
Never tell me the odds, says Vitality. It's always good for a comeback. A win behind their sails. First round of the OT here. Oh, smoke comes down just in time. That's actually from Vitality. Prevents them from finding that opening kill. Drone sees 2. That's pretty massive information.
They know that trap setup is set up towards mid now. Breaking that drone, not getting the information right away. But they're walking into another trap setup on Cat.
Big flash. Ethan, though, gets a big stun in response. And Sayonara has no exit. Paranoia will flood on through. Kiko now back on the line. Those are the jet of Durka is there, who now eats the Paranoia from the opposite side through. So still a little bit of difficulty pushing into tree as we slow down.
Deep A main smoke here, preventing the easy retake of the A main here. Profect, he's going to see over it though. He knows no one's in there. But the players of Vitality, they're going towards this B. They're setting up where Chronicle is. The Vice wall still.
No information here from NRG at all.
30 seconds
Rock's got
left.
1 recon, no drone. Marta's already prepping his hot hands, understanding that if he gets executed on, he's only got a small amount of window to do anything about this. Ethan is somewhat close by, but not really close enough immediately, and now the calls come on through. All the Phoenix utility you can manage to try and slow this one down. Ethan, where are you going? He just completely walks into Chronicle, doesn't realize that he's there. Marta trying to hold his position, shorty in hand. The boat location is so important, but he can't cover both the angles, which means both your duelists are gone now. 3 versus 4. And an operator for the retake here as well. At least you have Scuba coming through from main. Shot available potentially. I don't think Profit's going to really peek into that one though. We're running out of utility here as well. The setup from Profit and Dirk is going to cause some real issues for players walking downstairs. But you start to make some real moves here on the top. Durka wasn't expecting it, but Kiko wasn't expecting Profit either! Who just completely stabs them in the dark! And a big celebration for Vitality as they take the lead for the first time in the map.
What a wild round. This looks so back and forth. Ethan just running into sight, not realizing that players were already up, or at least not seeing them. And Profect with a beautiful 3K to end that. The players, they're so excited. You can hear the yelling on stage. You can hear Yampi hyping up his teammates. And now 13-12. NRG back to the same main, back to doing something together, a little bit on the quick side with the spam towards mid just to apply some sort of pressure, but it's not really gonna pull any rotates. Vitality, 2 setups towards mid, trying to fight for that cat in mid. They got the information, they execute, and now are they gonna be able to flood?
It's another fast Exy coming through for NRG. They've done this one plenty of times. Fast lane gets Ethan all the way into hell for a fast plant. Doesn't even matter now that Durka found his way in towards the mid. Even if he looks for the long rotate, we'll be pushing into some trademarks, some util being left behind. See what we can get out of this Vitality full 5-on-5 retake. NRG looking to push us into another 2 rounds of OT.
Blinding.
Paranoia prepped. Not deep enough. Brock, really important now. He's the one that needs to do a lot of work to stop these 2 players. He's already been mulliganed out. Sayonara diffuses his location. Dirk onto Ethan here as well. It's looking good for Vitality until NRG strike back. Kick a low HP, but it's just Sayonara available. He's flashed out. And Marta makes sure that there's not going to be a finish just yet.
Playing on site in that post plant, making sure that they're having that crossfire. Really well done. They knew not to overextend the second that they got all that information. But NRG using this time to pull out a timeout to talk about this next round. They've struggled on their defense side. They've struggled also on their attack side, but that was the first one they won in a while. It seems like for Vitality, they're going to use this time as well to just discuss how to prep for this. The adaptations for both these teams are coming through. It feels like every single round, each team is adapting and they're always one step ahead of each other. But of course, for Vitality, they need to win this map, in my opinion. I feel like this is the map in this map videos so far that plays towards what they want for NRG. Again, the first time we've seen this comp, first time we've seen them play this successfully in a while. And so I'm really looking at Vitality to lock it down here if they want any chance at making this a 2 or 3 map series.
Haven't seen too many OT so far in this tournament. EDG had one on the first day. 100 Thieves had one against BBL. And that winners bracket game as well. You haven't caught up with the scoreline so far. 100 Thieves will be our first team qualified through into playoffs, so there's already one North American / America's team already in for the EWC playoffs. NRG looking to be the second, unless they get spoiled here by Vitality on the comeback run through. Once again, defensive side. This time it's NRG able to walk down.
4 players, make it 5 on the side of Vitality, setting up for a B hit. But it seems like NRG, they have the right read. They've all rotated over towards this B side because of Mata being pushed all the way up through A main. And this might be the adaptive thing that NRG has done in order to be ahead.
Smokes are up. Scuba knows something is coming on in. You already have Durka finding his way onto side, but Kiko had an easy shot that doesn't quite land, and a scan in towards Logs as well. Could cost the life of Yampi's out of that position, and Brock makes sure that Durka doesn't get away with anything further than he already has in towards the site itself, though. Scuba goes for 1-to-1. Mardon to profit here as well. Just Chronicle left alive now. We're post timeout here for NRG, and it seems like they found success on the back of that one. A triple face from NRG will secure that round in OT.
Really nice gamble to get proactive to push that A main there from Mata, and it worked out in their favor because not a single soul was there, not even a Vice wall. They had 0 passive information on the side of that map, and now Vitality, they're gonna sit and talk about it. They have that timeout. They've just used it because they need to figure out what went wrong. I think NRG just made a really good gamble, but now this next round, this attack side, it's going to be so important.
You had that big walk down from Mata super early, down cat in the round.
Yep.
Some good information gained, and then noticing the lack of presence from Vitality, they're saying, okay, let's start pushing our way over towards the correct side of the map. And over there on B, waiting for Vitality to strike. Turka got away with a little bit of sneakiness there, but ultimately, Brock and the rest of the fellas, NRG, put the numbers in their advantage in a 3v1 that happy to take those odds in their favor.
Looking at the scoreboard too, Mata going absolutely insane, and it feels like every player on Vitality is putting in the work as well. But it's just coming down to those small little gambles and whoever wins out. NRG finally winning a defensive round in this overtime. But for Vitality, they really need to figure out what's going wrong. 3 players again towards the side of B main, trying to get some sort of aggression.
So, Mata already dropping a 30 bomb, by the way. He's on 31 now. He's showing his value here as a player that in the Paper X game had quite a slow start on to Fracture here. He's all and lights out. Plenty of players on the Vitality side have already made their way into B main, but no info currently in mid. Market's dirty, and Turka finally finds out.
so much mid info. They know they've turtled up onto sites here, using that A main smoke too from B just to put a little bit more pressure, but they're ending towards where all the Vice util is. Chronicle, he's been really good when they have ended on his site to delay for as long as possible, just be annoying, and the cat split is up.
Okay, here we go. The recon's already tagged the player. Mata just walks on in, no fear. Yampi deleted, and a big shot from Kika as well. Patience being rewarded, Durka being taken care of. And is this the beginning of the end here? NRG, they've been sniffing for this map victory for so long now. Double OT, but it might just all end. Vitality can't find a solution. This Mata just walks on in, double up, players into hell, and all the spam in the world is not enough for Vitality to get rid of those players. From NRG, 5 versus 2. And you're just running out of players, running out of time. The plant hasn't come on. For Sayonara, he has to do something. They're trying to run him down. Profig is good for 2 here. The flash has been good, but Scuba's unspotted. Sayonara's on very low HP. He needs a couple of good kills. A clutch would be required here. And in comes Kiko, but it's not enough. 1 versus 1! Sayonara! An unbelievable clutch!
I can't believe this. NRG, they have full sight. They have numbers. 3 players in hell. They just didn't put the spike down. That spike was stuck. And all of a sudden, the one flash ruining the momentum of NRG, getting 2 players caught off guard. They didn't even clear Scuba. They didn't know that he was in here. And he still managed to not win this round for them. Sayonara with a beautiful 3K. That was insane.
The monster rookie for Vitality gives a big pop-off for Chronicle, feeling how amazing that win was to keep them into this map for another round of OT. My God, Sayonara. What a save to keep Vitality in this game, and now Mata and the rest of NRG looking once again for that cat control, but it's all Vitality in main.
I think they heard all that pressure towards Cat. Vitality still a little bit scared, not fully going even after hearing that flash, but they heard the steps. Now, Shock Dart coming in, breaks that chamber trip. They have a free sight here. Using that drone, it's going to get all that information. Chronicle, he has the full flank as well, but the Vice wall's all the way towards that B main. He has to hold it. And a free sight for Vitality. They just need to not overextend here to make sure they get that post plant.
It's a similar round to what we saw before, but unfortunately this time NRG goes the wrong way. It's now the 5v5 retake, but it's NRG on the defensive side of this one. NRG will be kicking themselves if they don't start winning these rounds, because that last one they felt like should have been theirs many times over. Prophet in hell, flash up in towards heaven. Keeping things interesting here. Chronicle's positioning should be pretty safe for the time being as well. No pressure onto him for the time being as Ethan into hell. 1-for-1 trade so far, and now Durka as well. Looking for a double up, but Kiko will get him down. 3 versus 3. Still need to get these hell players out of the mix, so Chronicle finally activates all the way from A main. It's Sayonara once again. It's just so damn sharp. Vitality once again in the lead.
Another 3K from Sayonara to save them from sadness on these overtime rounds. NRG, they're going to be so unsure of what to do after those last 2 rounds now, especially that last round. It's going to be hard for them to recover. They've done almost everything right other than just knowing that these players are all out on A. They took that wrong side. They took all the pressure towards mid. They took that pressure towards B. The retake, though, it just wasn't there. And now Vitality 15-14, 1 round away from winning this map all of a sudden.
It's a battle of the Phoenixes. Mata on 33, Sayonara on 29. You best believe he's about to hit that 30 as well. Little cutesy tapsies on the orb there in main. Vitality, a rare opportunity once again in the lead. 30th round, by the way. This one has gone deep.
Yep, they're just setting up onto site again. Profek, alone on this A site, knows that he can delay for as long as possible, though, because Durka on this cat side with that operator might be able to catch one off guard. That Yampi drone is going to get some information, and Durka, he's about to have contact on cat.
Oh, this is a big one. Oh, and he doesn't land the shot, Ethan. A little bit quicker here. Frustrating situation from Durka. You thought He would have had that for sure. Now the stun coming on through. Sayonara, his position might just be caught out here. The hot hands will slow things down a little bit. Profit once again from the off angle. Drops that spike on the floor. A flash will force a TP away, and Profit will double up. And Sayonara and Chronicle now for more Marta. The lone sim player from NRG has to do so much. He's going to go for the plant on to B.
1v3, it's so hard. No util online either for Mata. He's gonna have to do this raw.
Spike planted.
Planted for stairs. It's a bit of a weird plant. Don't know if Vitality have seen this too many times. But Mata has to get all of them. He'll get none. And finally, 30 rounds deep from a 0-7 deficit. Never say never. Vitality get map 1.
What an insane matchup. That was everything that we thought it would be and more. Close rounds, clutches, overtime. This makes so much sense because when you're looking at both of these teams, they are both championship-worthy teams. The players have won championships. The players have won masters. These players are decorated. They have so...
Because he seems to be the most animated of the 10 players on the stage right now. What is his role? Does he go back to the Sova, or what does he need to do now on Lotus?
I mean, just being on that initiator, being the voice of reason, he is the ag.al, and the hype comes in because he's helping his team to get that momentum. I think Yampy has always been this kind of animated person, yelling, screaming when he needs to, just to build up that hype. And of course, he's playing on that fade. Makes a lot of sense. He's got that initiator online, and both these rosters look the same. They've played these comps before, so it's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out, especially because you mentioned how NRG, they dismantled Paper Rex on this map 13-5. They made them look really rough, and now they're starting on the defense side, which is the side that they tend to have a lot of success on.
Well, let's get this thing started on map number 2 now. Over towards Tree, nice and early. Vitality attacking side. Yampy's hype. He's going to get me hyped in here. Not to lose my damn voice with the level of plays of Vitality and NRG are showing, but it's going to be a free sight so far. Full retake energy 5v5.
Spike goes down, playing this post plant. Vitality, they're keeping sight. They're actually taking stairs, spotting a player, getting paranoid, but the Molly's going to delay long enough for them to fall back into another crossfire.
What's Ethan going to do here, though? He is the player that has the angle right now that could cause some problems, but first blood found Brock onto Chronicle. Ethan tagged down a little bit here as well, starting to make our way onto the side as a couple of the players defensively. Profit finally gets rid of Ethan on that annoying angle. Durka will add a little bit more for the side of Vitality, but it's down to a 2 versus 2 now. Low HP for Scuba, but he's still online and doing work. Yampy, he's trying to look for the last kill, but Kiko for NRG will deliver the pistol.
Really nice retake. It looked kind of scary when your player towards door gets picked off. All of a sudden, you've lost that angle on the retake, but it was fine because the rest of the players flooding in through heaven, even though they were delayed towards that stairs, managing to just get trades. And that's one of the things that NRG does best on this defensive side is their luck. They're really good understanding of how to retake, how to play together. I feel like we lost it a little bit in that last game towards the end, the overtime. Maybe the nerves were kind of setting in. But this time, obviously, winning that pistol, really important to kind of set the tone for this map.
Rip and tear.
Off towards B this time around, Vitality. Instantly, though, Durka is just going to get deleted there, and Ethan ready to go inside of B. So this entire B push so far from Vitality has gone wayward for them. 3 HP, not a lot for Yampy, and Chronicles onto 0 now. This is looking like it could be a flawless.
Yep, and they forced into this round. They got that spike down. They believed that they could get it, especially with those 3 picks. Yampy, 3 HP. Not much else he can do. Tapping that door. Profek actually getting a pick onto Kiko towards that A site. Getting spotted off guard with his TP. Mata just peeking through that door, and all of a sudden, 1v4. That force is going to come back to bite them. He spots Ethan out. Information given. 3 players here, and Mata's pushed all the way up. 3K for Mata. Now Vitality, they're going to be broke going into this next round.
I saw that correctly as well. Mata pretty close to showstopper time.
Yep.
It's NRG. The start they're looking for, as they, reminder, started 7-0 on Ascent. Repeating that with the certainly putting Vitality back into a very unenviable position. And Mata, the player that really stood out on Ascent is once again playing at the top of the lobby here to cause problems for Vitality. Let's take a look at what this bonus starts to look like for NRG.
A main control here for NRG, using that Seize nade. Not going to catch anyone off guard, but a spam through the smoke for Mata. Gets that pick. Not overextending here for NRG, just holding those crossfires now that they know the majority of the players are here. Durka walking up, Chronicle gets picked up again. Mata with another. Trying to get a third, spamming through that smoke. He knows that someone's here. Yampi being really scary. Ethan with a 2K from Baby Door, and all of a sudden, Durka unable to catch.
Just completely crunched up players over on Baby Door, but also on towards A, and Vitality don't know where to look as NRG. 3 in a row here as we, again, remind ourselves that they had a huge string of rounds on that first map and looking to do the same again, walking into Lotus, the map that they look so damn good on versus Paper X. Also winning that for Vitality versus BBL, but NRG are certainly a much tougher competition, sorry, against KC rather.
5-1 here for Mata. He's stocked up, 1 away from Showstopper, and 4 of these players for the NRG side are pushing towards the same main.
Action onto Rubble early in the day. It's Sayonara that is copping a lot of the damage, and he won't make it out alive. Star player down for Vitality. 1 gun onto the floor. As the rest of NRG notice the rotation, they'll start moving off away from Rubble, and it's going to be all on hands for Brock. Spectre's all he's got to play through. A little bit of util delay as well. He wants a shot at the Durka. He actually gets it. That's pretty damn nasty as Mata now will pull through the Showstopper. Led by the Prowler as well. The Shear is going to cause some problems for the rest of Vitality getting locked out. Despite having all the guns here, Vitality just getting nothing done in this round. Ethan as well on the Yuppie. It's all falling apart here. 2 versus 4. Spike on the floor. And Chronicle and Prophet just don't look like they've got much left in them.
This is technically NRG's bonus round, and they won it with a vengeance. 4v1 unless Prophet can pull off a miracle here. Really well done by NRG. Once again, getting those initial picks, taking that fight towards Rubble. Once they get that pick, the instant rotate as well. When they get all that map control, that pressure. They're so good with a lot of these micro adjustments, making sure they're moving around the map in such a fluid way. It's so active, and this is why I really like to see them on defense. But 3-0, about to be 4-0 here for NRG. We've seen this scoreline before. Can they keep it up? They really have to make sure that Vitality don't get into the zone, make sure they don't adapt the way that they did in Ascent to take that map.
Yeah, I mean, it just sucks to have to be down this many rounds again, and they're going to hunt for the last rifle. Not going to get it, it looks like, so silver linings here for Vitality. At least they get away with 1 gun onto Prophet, but everybody else just dismantled. Losing Sayonara so early as well certainly doesn't help the case, but that kill from Brock was just a little too dirty.
It's the same start for Vitality, where they're starting a little bit more disconnected, unable to trade any of those picks. Everyone's positioning is a little bit all over the place. Yes, they lost Sayonara, but there were 4 players there with him. They all ran away. The timing, the spacing, and the pacing wasn't there for them. And then when they take that C site, Yampi, he's alone towards elbow. Just doesn't look that good. Doesn't look that clean and polished. Now they're forced to have these sheriffs online. Stinger.
Bad news, by the way. As we saw in the replay there, Prophet didn't end up retaining as Vandal, so he will also have no gun walking into this one. Trying to trigger the sheer wall here, as well as finding maybe a little bit of an early contact for nice and early kill, but the snakebite comes on through. The jig is up in terms of NRG understanding fully where the positioning of Vitality are. You can see how many members are grouped up here defensively.
Yeah, baiting this vice wall, putting that pressure down, and then falling all the way back. But 4 players are ready towards that A site here. The Prowler's actually going to catch Prophet for Ethan. He's going to see that there's some sort of info towards this front B, and all of a sudden NRG, they're having a feeling that something is up. But set up with this Outlaw Mata, he's able to spot 1.
You're seeing the Viper's wall coming on through, but we're going so quiet here, and Vitality being so slow that NRG are confused now. They're moving all over the map, being spread all 5 across. And as we head down to the final 20 seconds, Vitality got to go full speed mode. The share wall they know is gone. You just got to get past the poison orb now. Nice and quick hit. Most of NRG are stuck in mid. There's barely any time. They got to go for the plant, and if it gets disrupted, it's all going to be over here. Vitality on their way in instantly. You got to get this plant in now. There it is. Spamming through is going to be the rest of NRG to try and slow it, and it is going to be in play. Full 5v5 retake here, but all the guns are online for NRG. Durka with a nice double there. Punished by Marta eventually. 3 versus 3. And a couple more players. 4, and Kiko's the last one standing now. Vitality them completely run circles around NRG, and Kiko now has to clutch this one. It is rifle against 2 pistols, but the numbers, the ability to double peek for Vitality is going to be strong. Big shot from Yampi, and Vitality on no weapons will take a round.
Winning that thrifty Yampy. You can hear him yelling, see him yelling on that camera there. Kind of an insane round. Of course, they just played with NRG's rotations. I just talked about how good they are, but they were a little bit overactive, and then they fell into that 1-3-1 towards B. They came back towards C site. They just weren't ready for the waterfall push, and all of a sudden, it's going to be stuck for the side of Italia. You know, they put that spike down with like 0.4 seconds left on the clock. That was terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, they had to go for it quick because time was certainly running out. And at that point, you almost think, should you just start running in if you're NRG to just like,
yeah,
you know, even send your own life in for it. Even just like, if you have to die for it, go for that play to stop the spike. But full 5v5 retake. And credit to Vitality, the Sheriffs ended up being massive for that round. And
I mean, Durka, him pushing through that smoke was the biggest reason why they turned that around, of course. And it's kind of crazy to me that NRG, they just weren't ready for it. I feel like those kinds of things, the small little sloppy stuff is where NRG tends to thrive. And again, they're getting sloppy. We saw their ascent being a little sloppy as well in the map right before this. But for me, that boiled down to the fact that they don't really play ascent that much. They don't find success in it, which is ironic considering Brock was the reason why the Odin spam was even invented. And then now they're on a map like Lotus. I don't expect small little mistakes like these from this team, especially because they're a championship winner.
I think there's just a lack of information towards the end there with full quiet from Vitality. They thought it was going to be a full rotation. And then Vitality just kind of don't go anywhere on the map. And suddenly they swing back on towards C again, where they know the share's gone, where they know the Vice util is going to be weak because they've already triggered the majority of it, if not the entirety of it. So the only real shot they have is to have that full 5 versus 5 post plant, the best possible position they could actually be in without getting an opening kill. The good news here is Vitality are not going to have a 0-7 comeback.
Back into the game. 3 ults online for the side of Vitality, and they have weapons because they did just win that thrifty. For the side of NRG, though, they do have an operator, Mata, holding that towards A, being passive again towards that stairs. They're waiting for some sort of rubble push, the utility towards A main on the side of Vitality. They're not going to hear anything, though. The door being tapped, a little bit of pressure, but it's nothing to pull any rotation from Vitality. Just sitting towards that A, hoping to re-clear, have some sort of contact play in mind. They know that there's no space being taken, or at least have an inkling that if they have, they're all the way up towards that wall.
Double Nightfalls for this round, and showstopper for Durka as well. Plenty of weapons and ultimates of utility to play through for Vitality. The classic Brock Odin spamming through doors. Vitality knows exactly what's waiting on the other side of that one, and over on the other door is going to be Ethan hiding behind the baby door.
There.
We're going to play this one super patiently to start with.
Toxin screen down.
Oh, look at the peel off.
Yeah.
NRG are going to leave this one open on A.
30 seconds left.
Last 30 seconds. Spike needs to start moving now. Ethan could get crunched on here. We're going straight into the baby door. Ethan will play for one, but against the showstopper, he can't last. And now Marta, off that big operator shot, Steel Garden's going to come through defensively as well, but you got to plant this one. Vitality full committed, 3 versus 4. Operator goes in the hands of Kiko. Flying on in is Marta. Great entry. But the Vandal there is all Paint Shell's doing a little bit of damage over to Sino, who eventually forces Scuba. Just Prophet alive now, and Boombot shows his positioning, and Kiko will take advantage.
Beautiful retake, able to just play that really well together. And the thing I like about this round is the way that they're able to pressure that retake from 3 different sides of the map. That's the struggle with planning on B, but still being able to re-clear towards that A and get through that door really quickly. Player from Heaven, Durka getting the pick onto Ethan, but it wasn't just that. The 2 players coming out from Heaven, 2 players coming out from C-Link. It was really hard for them to hold it, and really nice trades coming in from NRG. A little bit more clean, and now an the op duo. Durka has the op online here. They're going to try to get some sort of pick towards that C mount, or maybe they're trying to find where Mada's opping.
Really respect that Mada dropped the op over towards Kiko for that retake as well, so he can blast back in, and now Kiko puts it back into the hands of Mada. As you say, here's double ops are online. Mound control early is what Profik is looking for, but Pillars is where the rest of Vitality are currently walking.
Using that Prowler, clearing the front of the B main. Know that no one's there, and setting up Chronicle. He's going to be sat there for that lurk. Sayonara is still holding that A main as well for a lot of information. NRG, they're not really moving. Just holding, trying to play contact. Wow. The ops online, but Durka gets the pick onto Mada. He's just jiggling, playing passive, but it turns around and bites him, and now that pressure's done. They know there's going to be some sort of rotator, or at least they think there is. But NRG instead, they're re-clearing A main and might just find these players here.
Mada wasn't ready for that, didn't realize that Durka would challenge him like that, and Durka will now put the pain onto Kiko as well. Goodbye. Just the 3 members left here. And guess what? Brock is not in position to spam through that door, and that door's been opened up. What can Ethan do? Needs to find the correct timing here. Plenty of players from Vitality about to walk by him. Ethan could be the X factor, activating late into this round. Watch for Brock, though. First person up for contact, but he'll get paranoid here. Not enough time to stop Brock from already landing a bunch of damage. A Scooper as well. The paranoid's done nothing. It completely missed. And Brock now is just going to rip away Profik and rip away the rest of the opportunity. Durka would have to clutch here. Chronicle's still around somewhere. He needs to come in and help out.
Oh my god! That was insane! He didn't even have time to get the spike down at the end. Ethan just shouldn't have peeked there. That was wild. They didn't even clear Ethan. He had the understanding. He knew they were all in tree. Brock with 2 kills on site, but Durka with a beautiful ace.
A misstep from NRG. If they played that patiently and let the time run out, it would be a different story. And we start so well here. The paranoia misses. Brock and Scuba do so much work. By the way, Chronicle wasn't even part of the play. Look at the minimap. How far away is Chronicle?
Yep.
Durka has to get both kills there.
2 seconds on the clock,
and all Ethan had to do was wait, but unfortunately he doesn't know. We can't wait either, because the next round has already started. And Durka, he's still hot on the heels of that last round. More kills coming on through. He already has an ace, and he's starting with 2 early.
So much noise, so much pressure, but they've chosen to slow down here from the side of Vitality. NRG not trying to overextend Ethan. He's in this spot that Chronicle's holding, and it's looking scary. No picks from either side. Ethan actually getting that first pick. Durka with another 3K. Getting 2 for Ethan, but not before he drops the Sayonara. Scuba getting their trade instantly in a 2v1 here. But Durka, he has the op, he has 11 HP. Scuba only on 14, and Profik, he's holding this.
Yeah, I think Profik should be on for this one, but he's dropping off his positioning now. Taps the door again. Good information, and Durka will find that 4th kill. He was nearly on for another ace, by the way, if it wasn't for the fact that another player ended up getting the kill. But how about a 5K ace on a previous round, straight into a 4K as soon as we get back?
This is insane. Durka's definitely warmed up now. We talked about how he was a little quiet towards that first game of Ascent. He was struggling with a lot of these shots, whiffing quite a bit. Unable to set himself up for success at the beginning on their attack side on Ascent. He was just alone on an island, and they started figuring out how to play around him. But now on this map of Lotus, we don't see that at all. He is a changed man in the server, hitting every single shot, making sure he's getting so much out of his util, so much usage out of that operator as well. That one buy has made them win these last 2 rounds for sure. But of course, his sheer insane aim is the main reason. 5K and then a 4K as well on top of that. Just insane.
Started with him outplaying Mada. Then after that, 9 kills. Well, that includes the Mada kill as well. Those 9 kills later have left NRG hurting as they go into their timeout here to really talk about how to bring this one back a little bit. I say bring it back. They're still in the lead, 5-3, but damn, 3 rounds for Vitality have been damn good.
Yep, 4 ults on the side of Vitality. And this is why we were talking about how we thought this game would be a banger, because both these teams, so many decorated players, so much firepower. And the best part is the mid-rounding is so good from both these teams, knowing when to stop, knowing when to not be too over-aggressive, overextend. And it's just been phenomenal. But this round, Kiko, he's pushed all the way down C. He's tapped on the door. They faked that they have a C trap setting up towards the side of this map. And instead of falling for it, Yampi just going to use that Prowler to clear Mound. They're still trying to end towards this B, tapping the door one more time. NRG, site's empty.
NRG starting to walk down over into rubble here as well, certainly exploring with the boom bot. Multiple taps on the door just to make a little bit of noise, and now Boombot over in towards mid. Ethan is the one there waiting. Round is scary a little bit for NRG. The big piece of info is the fact that Armada's super pushed up. See that Scuba's calling over for a little bit of help here. Just a little bit of a check. Okay, Scuba's positioning up. Seems like the paranoia is being prepped there. We're going to explode onto B any moment now. It's got to be Durka coming in first. Steel Garden in for support. How many more kills are we going to get out of Durka this round? Plants coming on through. And a big spam. That's a decent amount of damage on a Yampi, but Brock doesn't get the kill just yet. Full 5-on-5 retake here. Nade in. Here comes a showstopper from the baby door side, and my god, Durka! He's so quick with it. Yampi falls to Scuba. Now, it's Durka's time to use a showstopper. He's sitting inside of the molly, which is not great, and 2 kills so far. Durka's taken over the game. There's only 2 players left here for NRG, and they are skedaddling. Vitality on 4.
Yeah, definitely a save here, especially with that Odin. Vitality, just a full set execute towards B. And again, it's rewarded because Durka is just having such a good game now. Feels like the whole team too fully understands what the plan is supposed to be. They're no longer lost and fully understanding that their rotates are going to be pretty important. They're playing around now with NRG's rotates, playing with their defensive side. And I think this change of pace of them just really slowing it down, waiting to see or hear if there's any util from NRG on the defensive side, then playing around it, just going into a set strat has been really working out for them.
You've got to feel bad for Marty here because Durka is kind of styling on him a little bit. And that's not to mention that Marty is still doing really well in the lobby. Top kills, top fragger for the lobby for NRG, but the shutdown operator against the showstopper into his own showstopper kill is just a little bit too much. NRG to be able to handle. But once again, NRG full rubble control.
Durka, the player that won Champions 2023 with Fnatic, has just been doing such a good job. He's one of the main players that we're talking about when we think of veterans, of decorated roster here for Vitality. Of course, he's going to go for another. The Prowler is going to catch him off, going to push him all the way back. The spam coming in, but Profek is here to try to catch off anything. Rotate back towards that C.
With Profek already inside door over on mid. Tapping that one a little bit, the rest of Vitality start to follow through. Now you start to feel NRG's side of the map on C with plenty of that Vice util still there. Scuba playing very closely to the opening. Razorvine and Sheer have to be the tools here that start to make things a little bit more difficult.
30 seconds left.
Even the big TP in from Kiko here as well. And the time running out, we're rotating back over towards B. Another Razorvine drop. Well, once again, slow things down. Where are Vitality going to go? Back over towards C, perhaps, but they're locked between 2 sites that just seem fully under control. Sayonara to Scuba. And now Brock is just ripping through them. Brock with a triple quad. And it's all done. Ethan gets the 5th one onto Yampi and the Odin. Well, once again, be the tool for NRG and Brock to shut the round down.
Vitality getting a little silly with their mid to late round, knowing that they're trying to play with the NRG rotate. Yes, it's very viable. but playing with it this late into the round, 10 seconds left on the clock, and you're just trying to get into sight. It's kind of an insane strat. And of course, Brock, beautiful Odin there, just holding it down. Really makes sense why it's one of the reasons why they keep on to that Odin, especially if they're saving.
Alrighty, well. New round, new day. 2 left. Vitality can still close this one 6-6. Feeling really good about how they've been playing so far in this half, despite being behind. Marta really looking to redeem himself a little bit after what has been occurring with Durka on the opposite end. He is so close to the enemy here, and with only 1 player down for NRG. Hoping for big success out of Marta here.
Baiting out that Vice wall. Trying to just be annoying once again. Vitality not trying to give away too much on where they're ending. And both these teams now at a stalemate, just sitting there waiting to see what the other team's doing. But NRG, they have a really nice setup here to counter this.
I don't think Ethan got spotted. He barely dodged out of that Prowler, which means Ethan still has the opportunity to pop open here. Nightfall coming on through. That will reveal his positioning, but the Nightfall is going to cause problems. Vitality still stuck outside the door, and Kiko's doing big stuff. Big triple up now, and Durka.
There.
Is there enough time here? He has to make his way on to B instantly, and Brock is still there. Is there an opportunity here for Chronicle? Brock is spamming. You know what that means? Unfortunately, though, spam not good enough. Chronicle just on pistols enough. Marta now on to Durka and doubles up for the round victory. NRG. Big 7 found.
Really well played. Again, they're just sitting. NRG, they know that Vitality has started playing around with these rotates, and so they've opted to just sit and wait and try to let Vitality make that first move. Of course, that Prowler not spotting Ethan was really big on the round for NRG because they're just able to sit there, able to have that crossfire. Kiko, of course, with this beautiful 3K just DMing through that door on tree. And again, another round towards NRG. This is what you want to see now. The adaptations. Instead of just pushing and using that nade early and fighting really hard, they went back to this slower setup. They're going to start with these nades once again. They're reading that maybe Vitality is going to have a change of pace because they're able to. And Mata getting 2 picks right away, pushed up towards that rubble, falling all the way back because they have these numbers.
Causing problems here now. NRG liking their 5v3 chances. Look, they've lost a 5v2 before, but they're not looking to repeat that mess. Vitality, however, want to try and flush Marta out. He's stuck in the snake bite. He's going to have to swing eventually. How does he still get a kill despite swinging into obvious players? And, well, the rest of NRG will use that opportunity to get the cleanup here for 8-4. Another successful first half for NRG.
Feels like the rounds that Vitality won was really on the back of Durka getting those picks, getting those opening picks, making sure they're getting the multi-frags as well. And now that they're not having it, they're just playing with the mid-rounds. And I think for NRG, really well done on adapting and understanding that that's what was happening. But for Vitality, of course, they're trying to win out here. They need to get this if they want to try to get it as a 2-0 for the series. Going on to their defensive side now, though, it's going to be interesting to watch how NRG are going to be playing it. They're pretty slow. Don't try to do anything too crazy. Their pistols tend to be on the faster side, so I'm interested to see how it's going to go.
It was 8-4 on Ascent first half for NRG, requiring a 0-7 comeback. It's another 8-4 start for NRG once again in the first half for Lotus. So once again, Vitality seemingly over the course of these 2 maps constantly having to make the comeback happen, but there was some ridiculous rounds in the middle there, courtesy of Durka and co, to really bring things through. But I think the resilience and the consistency of NRG here with some amazing plays of their own as we start to get towards the end of the first half. I mean, you look at what Marta could do on this run, unbelievable. In the highlights there as well, seeing Kiko spray transfer for the triple.
Yeah.
These are the type of moments that deliver for NRG.
NRG really relying on their rotates, relying on their teamwork, and of course that individualistic power that they have. You can see Vitality talking about what they're trying to do for this half. It's super important for them to win this pistol out so they can get that equalize in numbers, win 2 rounds, make it 8-6, and then potentially win that bonus as well. I think this is so important for them. So you can definitely tell that they're trying to set up a really strict plan here, at least something that they know is going to work. But for NRG, they have a couple rounds to play with, not too worried. They've won that first pistol, trying to get a second on their belts. And actually, 16 for Mata, 11 for Ethan, and 11 for Brock. You love to see that there's 3 players contributing to the success of NRG.
Durka's only 1 behind Mata just to show his impact for the team despite being 4 rounds down.
Shadows traveling.
He's certainly been delivering as a player that was struggling a little bit in that first map. Well, it'll be Mata down again, so one of our Razors still into play, and Yampi with the one alongside Durka to start dropping members of NRG. Spike's already on the floor, rapidly picked up by Kiko, but opening trades will go the way of Vitality.
The C trap, really well read by Vitality. Knowing that NRG is probably going to do something quick and off of that pressure, setting up for that. But they've actually over-rotated off that site. And NRG, they're going to get a free side just walking all the way in, and they don't have that info unless they hear that Vice Flash.
Okay, well, the door's open on the other side, or at least it should be opening soon, you would imagine. Full retake now as members from Vitality start popping their way through. The wall is going to be at least preventing damage, you would have thought. And even on a frenzy, Chronicle still managed to find the head of Brock. Numbers advantage massively for Vitality now. Scuba alongside Kiko need to do something special here, and that's a good couple of kills. Yampi still responds, but now we're within clutch territory. Scuba 1 versus 2, 10 HP for Yampi to cave down a little bit more. Scuba looking for magic here, and he can't get it. The double face. Sayonara for Vitality will claim the pistol again.
This is really nice for them. Now they're able to equalize, hopefully not toss this anti-thrifty and get the 8-6 online. This is really important for Vitality. They make the scoreline closer. They no longer feel as much pressure, of course. Nothing like that first game. Yampi here. Really nice hold. Then just the spams coming in.
Fun fact, on Ascent, second half, it was a pistol win from Vitality to start to kick off their comeback journey. So
with the same scoreline.
when I said again they get the pistol, that is what I'm referring to as Durka now equalizes with Mata for 16. Vitality now feeling much better about their chances here. Full eco obviously from NRG, only pistols to play through. Is this going to be a speedy progression directly into C? The Razormine will at least slow that one down. Ethan doesn't care. He's just going to start running his way through. Chronicle alongside the rest of the defensive line starting to come on through, and he's just making that stinger sing. Yampi onto Ethan as well, looking like a flawless here. Brock will at least make sure one kill is responded to. A little bit of dancing back and forth between this door. And it's going to be Brock coming on top of Yampi. Is Brock going to make it work a little bit more? Not quite as Profik. Brings it within a 3 versus 1 again. There should just be now the cleanup. Sayonara, easy as you like it.
Nice round there. Vitality. They're going to be happy with that one. 3 weapons, too. They didn't lose too many, just dropping the 2. They still have that Bulldog as well. Now NRG, they're going to be on their first gun round of this half. Vitality, I wonder if they're going to do anything crazy for their bonus, or they're just going to keep setting up for these trap plays. Their rotates have been really good, and I feel like already I've seen this team using that C door so often. NRG, they're just going to hold a little bit more passive. Just making sure they're aware of any pushes that could be happening around the map.
Passive one from NRG. Aside from Ethan spamming through double boxes, hoping a player is going to be on the other side of that. Early Odin for Brock as well. They're expecting Vitality to push, but Vitality, the only thing they're going to do is just hit the button for the door. That's the first bit of good info that NRG have had so far this round.
Still holding. Hearing that door. Not overreacting, though. Picking up that spike. Mata putting pressure towards that B. He's actually going to bait out a couple of Chronicles util.
Don't know if that was necessary from Chronicle, but...
Yeah.
Chronicle trying to respond with some go shots. Not the weapon you want to shoot through the door there compared to the Odin. 40 seconds left to go, and NRG start making their way over towards rubble with Soju Vitality. Boombot now to try and clear that one. NRG playing this one so slowly and quietly that it's confusing Vitality a little bit. Selling this fake now is going to be mibr. Seems like it will be working for the time being. Yeah, it's working well enough that Chronicle's gone as well.
They don't hear mibr falling back in time. And now 4 of these players now rotating onto C. They have front B, though, again for Vitality. They've retaken from this door multiple times.
Okay, mibr, he needs to do something big here. Doesn't land the shot. Durka is better. Yampi is one onto Brock. It's player advantage. Vitality once more with the lesser weaponry. Plant finally does come on through. 2 players coming in from CT. 1 down early. Kiko onto Chronicle. You gotta get the situation under control, but Vitality are just falling apart. NRG have 2 up, and they'll make sure that they take this 3rd round 9-6.
An expensive round for NRG, though. 3 weapons dropped. Good bonus from the side of Vitality. They're going to be happy with that one. But still. Now, first gun round for both. It's going to be interesting to see how they play this out. I think, too, Durka, he's kind of been a little bit more quiet. But I also think the rest of Vitality, they're not really stepping up to this.
See if they can do it with the guns in their hands now, minus Durka on the Outlaw. Like you said, at least some damage was done, so not everyone on the side of NRG is going to have full armor. That's the opportunity for Durka to strike. A little bit of a utility being spent from Vitality early to clear through rubble this time around. Big shot. Durka is going to double up.
Spike down.
And now that's going to be a real issue for NRG, who will still make it onto side barely with Kiko. But like I said, there's a lack of armor on the side of NRG, which means the Outlaw for Durka is going to find some value.
Durka being Vitality's winning condition almost every single time now. I said he was a little bit quiet, but he came back online for that round. And now the high-low setup here in spawn might be able to punish, but the smoke actually going to cover that. The tap coming in, baits that util, baits that raise nade. And they're just going to walk back out because Scuba, he's had front B this whole time. He knows that no one's going to retake on them from that side.
Well, they've beaten out all of the Vice util, unless that's still a share in middle. Maybe it is, just can't quite see it on the minimap properly. Seems like the world's their oyster right now, but gonna quieten this one down, trying to spread the defense out in the last 30 seconds. Tap door and make their way through B. That share wall indeed is still gonna be there, which does mean it's gonna be a bit of a slowdown for the remaining 2 members trying to make their way in from NRG. Now Prophet spamming on through, has eyes on Scuba. Nightfall as well defensively coming on in. They're running away, running out of time. You guys got a plant. Not gonna happen.
3-person save. They realized they were not able to get on that site. They knew it wasn't going to happen. They needed to get a pick onto that Heaven player just to make sure that they could get onto site and make it somewhat of a winnable post plant, but instead saving those 3 weapons. It's a good call, especially because Vitality, they've been so on top of those rotates. They've been so on top of making sure that they're playing together. And I think this defensive half so far, I'm very surprised by the way that Vitality is playing. It's very nicely done. And obviously off the back of Durka's first 2 kills on that C side.
Part of me wonders if it was possible for NRG just to break, or rather trigger the shear wall a little bit earlier, or just go back to C when you know the Vice util wasn't going to be there.
I'll find you.
All is said and done. That round is in the past now. Yampi making some forward movements inside pillar, but a very slow one from NRG to start with, just passively waiting for Vitality to walk up.
Again, NRG were ahead, but now only 2-round differential between these 2 teams. Vitality super patient, getting info in the mid-round on Ethan towards B main. A Vice fully set up on this A side. Not going to overextend. The wall is still there. They don't really know where the wall is yet for the side of NRG. And Durka, he's going to peek down this A line again. That Viper wall is going to go up, but I think he just saw Scuba jumping across. I think he saw the outline of that player. The wall, the door, sorry, is tapped. There's going to be a little bit more pressure. The smoke is here. 3 players on the side of NRG, but the door is being broken to B.
Now the baby door's gone in. Horns being traded out through as well. And now all the pressure on for this defense. Mada under pressure here, goes down Scuba onto Yampi as well, and Durka, he'll at least get the one there. Plant does come on through, Steel Garden as well offensively, and that's a big shot from Sayonara, giving numbers advantage now over to Vitality. Triple entry potential here coming on through. Sayonara really wants to force the issue here, but can't quite find the shots. He's getting damage in response. Ethan onto Chronicle, despite the paranoia coming in through, by the way, 2 versus 2. TP now coming on through from Pillars, but Ethan is isolated. Ethan is isolated, but through the smoke gets a single shot that lands onto Prophet. 2 versus 1. And through the smoke is going to be Ethan, tripling up in the round.
That was crazy. You can see Mata on the screen there going, wow, that didn't look winnable for a second for NRG. Vitality having a really good retake. They had these players in heaven, the players coming in through door, making sure that they're not able to just scale. They killed 2 of their players before the spike was even down, getting the 3rd onto Brock. But all of a sudden, Ethan coming in huge with the Guardian, pushing through that heaven. And that last kill on Sayonara, kind of questionable that the 2 players on Vitality split up.
Prepping the TP here, Kiko wants to get some advanced positioning. He's going to claim rubble. No response so far. Wow, Mata. Insane timing versus Yampi. Not ready for that one in response. And how quickly can Vitality respond now? They're just going to send the Nightfall. This is a full potential of a rush on through, but they've slowed down. Is it a peel-off? Not quite. Durka's happy to just take a free kill. Given how slow NRG have been so far, they're walking the spike back. Sayonara's made it on this other side of the wall!
Oh.
And Mata just can't quite steady the shots to get the kill. Scuba, he's basically stuck now as Durka looking for anybody on the showstopper, finds a kill on the Scuba on the back.
Spike down A.
And now
One
this
enemy
round has
remaining.
completely fallen away from NRG. Vitality take advantage of energy.
Vitality just so quick to collapse. The rotates were there, ready to support the rest of their team. Even though Mata got the opening, they were instantly punished. Vitality, I really like the way that they're playing this map right now for them. The spike is down.
30
Durka going to
seconds
be the
left.
one to hunt, but Brock just saving in spawn. This is rough because look at the economy on the side of NRG. They barely have enough for the next round. Definitely not going to be able to have a full buy with full rifles and armor. They could squeeze by with a couple rifles to buy around with this Phantom, but still, it's looking
10
rough.
seconds
Brock getting the
left.
pick onto Durka. Going to deny getting that weapon down, but the players on Vitality, they're going to be happy just to get this round.
Yep. Closing that gap again. Something tells me we may be looking at further OTs here because Vitality are climbing back in and NRG. They get one and they lose one instantly. Very interesting round that took place there. Nightfall being sent through. Wanted to push up aggressively into tree.
Down A.
Ended up stopping and slowing down, and then Dirk and the rest of Vitality coming through from Baby Daughter. Crunch them in as the timeout comes through now.
NRG taking a timeout. They really need to figure out what's going on. Need to scramble because every single time they've gotten that opening pick, it's backfired. Feels like they're struggling to figure out what Vitality is doing exactly. Comes down to a lot of these clutches for them to win rounds, but they're trying to figure out how to make it smoother. And for me, from what I'm seeing, Vitality, they're just doing such a good job at rotating, making sure they're not doing too much until they know that pressure is real. Trying to find the Vice Wall maybe for the side of NRG, bait it out, get some info, or go back to what's true to them. Their executes, the ones where no one can play on site because the paranoias are so good, because the util is absolutely phenomenal, and of course sending in and setting up Mata for success, making sure he's getting onto site, using that util really well, using his nades to clear the angles. But we jump back into this game here. Mata actually has the showstopper online as well, opting just for a stinger, but the Phantom that they saved still online for Brock.
It's the only gun that they have here. Kiko gets an extra stinger in hand to see if he can make that work. Has been a while since they've really decided to explore through mid. Sheer wall, you'd imagine, has been popped on through. Okay, Mata, wow, just runs to the Prophet. Goodbye. Look how quickly, though, the response is going to be. Sayonara will clean up Mata. Doesn't get Brock. That's the only rifle to find success. And Durka's got a timing eventually through into Pillar, also into Baby Door, Yampi onto Scuba, Durka onto Brock, he activates on the flank. We didn't have high expectations for NRG this round, but it's still a 2 versus 2. Kiko and Ethan, by the way, have both found guns. This is workable now. This is a 2v2 that you can definitely win in. Forcing the steel gun out of Chronicle.
Enemy remaining.
And Chronicle will get that kill onto Kiko. Ethan now has a lot to do. Is it a clutch? It is! Ethan again on B, popping out of his seat. You best believe that's a good round for him.
He's having so many good rounds. There's no way that that's his second 3K to clutch in a post plant.
Thrifty clutch.
Thrifty clutch. It's insane. And now Vitality, they're really going to be scratching their heads. Sayonara coming back from heaven, over peaking after getting that pick onto Mata instead of waiting for his team to rotate. I feel like that's where they've been finding success, so I'm so confused on why he was getting antsy to get into that peak, and now NRG going fast once again, but this time towards A main. I say that, but they hear all that pressure. They fall the way back, and look at how fast they're rotating to C.
NRG, they really wanted that play on the rubble, but that failed for them previously. So now the long rotation comes on through. Plenty of Vice Util there, and in we go. Mata once again, no fear. Showstopper in. How fast the Vitality run? They are gone. But full control being taken by NRG here.
They're going to be able to set up into a post plan as well. Brock playing all the way towards that C mound. He's holding onto that door. He knows no one's coming through. Passive information from the wall. No one's flank either. This is nice. The Viper's Pit's going to go down all the way through spawn. These two players kind of overextending, but it doesn't matter. Mata gets one. Sayonara drops him, though. And now the Viper's Pit. Kiko playing around, getting the pick onto Durke. And all of a sudden, 3v4. Viper's Pit. It's looking so much harder for Vitality.
Okay, Yampi, let's drop some util into this play to see if you can get yourself through. Barely any rounds left. You got to make something work here. I mean, they got 2 rifles. Yampi doesn't have one of them. I guess they've decided there's just not going to be enough time here. The economy is not looking amazing. They have to play into a Viper's Pit. Vitality, sad to say, but they're going to deliver number 12 to NRG.
12-8. This is a good adaptation from NRG. I was talking about seeing a little bit more aggression, and now here we are. They're bread and butter. Using their executes to make sure that they're getting onto site, setting Mata up for success. And it's just been phenomenal. I mean, even if it does come down to these clutches, they have been winning them. The problem is now, though, a timeout for Vitality. They have so much to talk about. Their defense all of a sudden has been crumbling. They haven't been able to figure out the answer these past couple rounds.
It's been 2 fast rounds from Mata. Just jump pack it in there. 0 fair. First one, the round before, which was number 19, Stinger in hand, and just runs at Prophet and easily gets that kill, which is a little shocking from the side of Vitality's POV. And then the round just before, Showstopper, that one's a bit more understandable. He completely clears everything on site, gets into hole as well. And the level of map control that they had, then putting the Viper's Pit in play as well, just makes things so difficult for a side of Vitality that are thinking about their economy, thinking about now they're forced to think about how they can pull through 4 rounds in a row to take us to another OT.
Yep, and they're having to force, of course. They do not want to lose this round. Obviously, they don't want to lose this map. 2 Phantoms, though, a Guardian, a Stinger, a Bulldog. It's looking not too hot for Vitality, but they're using this to play towards that A main once again, using util, using that nade. The Haunt's going to go out. Maybe Durka's going to take that fight. The Satchel goes down.
Another fast one coming through from Vitality to maintain rubble control. Forcing NRG to respect it. Viper's Pit's the only real ultimate to talk about unless Yampi can get something done to trigger this Nightfall into play as well. Boombot will discover the presence for NRG. And once the smoke fades, is there going to be contact found? No, the Viper's wall is going to allow NRG to start walking on through, but it falls down and Mata gets his first kill. Durka, star of the show for Vitality so far, is the first to fall.
Yampi, 1 HP from those nades stuck in the corner. The regen shield, though,
he's
not able to punish Mata. Kiko!
That's it. 2 kills left to play through. NRG, they want this map, and they can really taste it now. Sayonara and 4 HP, Chronicle gone, and it's a flawless for NRG. 3 rounds in a row. You got a thrifty clutch in the middle there as well. NRG bite back after a grueling 30 rounds on to the first map of Ascent. Lotus starts to feel like a bit of weight off their shoulders.
Yeah, what a wild game. This is just so good to see. Part of that Fnatic roster that won Masters 2023. And it feels like they're really trying to bring that into the server. Of course, Chronicle, he has been just a tiny bit quiet. And I'm looking to see that synergy rebuild back up into this matchup with that Viper, of course. And I think as well on the side of NRG, they're reigning champions, but their global performance just hasn't been that good this year so far. And I'm looking at them to just make sure they're setting in stone where they are. Because right now, I'm convinced by Vitality. Yes, they lost that last map, but this Breeze, it's good for both of these teams. It's really 50-50 for me.
Well, as Puckett heads on out here, we are going to head into the decider final map of the day, of the match rather. When it goes on through the playoffs, the loser goes down to the lower bracket. Vitality group up over towards shops for now, but a big NRG presence on the pyramids.
Slow start, Vitality trying to win that pistol so they could change the tides of the round. Going into this execute, the dart goes up, pushing past that wall. Durga gets scanned, and Kiko and Brock are picking up picks as long as Ethan. Prophet getting the pick onto Brock, and now 1v3. All of a sudden, Chronicle left and mid, and now it's looking like another pistol on this first round going towards the side of NRG.
It's just consistent defensive sides for NRG. Lotus defense, Ascent defense.
Yep.
They win those opening defensive pistols. 8-4 starts on that half. It's about to be another defensive first half pistol win for NRG unless Chronicle can really show us why. As a former Masters champion, he can do something big here. Has to navigate his way through 3 players, and health is dwindling quick. 3 players on the other side of the wall. Goodbye, good night.
This seems like deja vu, Avril. Every single map so far, NRG has won that first pistol. We did see a force, though, the last time from Vitality. I don't think they're going to do that this time, just because
1 enemy remaining.
Feels like they're learning their lesson unless they have a really solid plan. Yep, the Thrifty coming in now. Just pistols across the board. But Kiko, he has that Marshall online. Going to be able to get some picks, but he's on the wrong side, on the A site. Vitality grouped up towards B.
Being on the wrong side, that's where I would have described Vitality on that last round, but I think this one a bit more spread out is going to be NRG. Marshall won't come into effect until quite a bit later into the round, as even through the wall, even with the flash, some spray damage popping onto Durka. Scuba is in for a good position though. Snakebite is still in play, and that's going to allow damage on the RP. Despite Durka beating the timing of the Snakebite, he doesn't really last any longer here. It'll be a flawless in just a couple moments here, with Chronicle being pinged out.
The timing on Scuba, having that molly ready. The Snakebite sees that knife coming in and just knows he has to pop that down right away. He delayed the rest of the team from coming in. The vulnerable from running through that Snakebite as well, letting him get that easy kill. Trying to tap the orb, but Scuba just spamming Chronicle through, and all of a sudden, the 2-0 is here. Quick couple rounds. NRG, they're going to be on their bonus for this next round, though.
Even on Lotus, NRG got 4 in a row.
Down B. 1 enemy.
So what are we going to find this time around? Very little to say here on this eco coming through from Vitality. And a big smile for Marta, who has a lot to be happy about, given that over the course of both the previous maps, he's by far the lobby leader, 54-36 with a plus 18.
Yep.
He's been the guy for NRG.
Vitality playing this slow. We've seen both these teams just making sure they're playing passive. Not overextending, trying to get some sort of passive information just to make sure that the other team is not aggressing too hard on their bonus round. And grouped up towards A main, Vitality, they're only going to see the 2 players on this site. The 2 controllers, actually, for NRG are sitting here. Viper with that Snakebite. Scuba trying to get that timing down. The drone's going to be a little bit of info. And the delay is in.
Yeah, Snakebite again is going to cause problems here. How much does NRG believe that there's going to be a massive showing of Vitality on this site? Well, Vitality are just making their way in now. No issue so far. It's Storm Surge is going to slow things down a little bit. Both the Vipers get active on the site so far. More utility being spent out. All of these walls from the Vipers, from the Harbors, obscuring the vision. And once these walls fall, Vitality will be the first to strike. Profit onto Brock. Scuba still hiding behind the pyramid. Sights from Kiko will find a player. At least sees him. No kill to be found so far. Scuba, though, good shots. Kiko falls, so does Yampi. 2 versus 3. And just as I say that, Vitality, all 3 of those members will get the plays they need to get that round done.
Yeah, just playing it slow, making sure they're trading, getting all the angles down, and makes a lot of sense here for Vitality. We're going to see a first gun round now here for this map of Breeze. And I think the reason why we keep saying that NRG, they're so good on that defensive side. One, it's been proven in this series so far, constantly up when they finish this half. But 2, they've known to be so good with their rotates, their protocols as well. It's really been drilled into them, and it feels like they don't struggle when it comes to understanding what they want to do as a team in the middle of the round. Vitality trying to go towards that elbow. The knife is going to scan them, though. That's really nice information. The Cove coming in. And these players are actually fighting towards mid for NRG.
Kiko on up, by the way. Playing it pretty far back over towards B. Chronicle is the one that's interesting right now. He's got plenty of NRG around him. Hiding behind Orb. Could be first blood found on the mid side of the map, but Vitality slowly making the way into A main.
Slow and steady. 2 players here. Ethan and Brock holding this side. The drone's going to get the information, but they're going to hear the execute starting with this drone again.
Here we go. Util being spent. The in is where Vitality would like to be. They're currently still just loitering around the entrances, and finally it's going to be Durka walking up. Brock instantly falls. Chronicle on the Scuba as well, as we finally find that player over towards Belt doing something. Vitality have big player advantage. Mind you, again, Kiko still is operated. Now, I don't think he wants a 1v5.
Definitely going to save that op. Brock and Ethan not having a good crossfire. Brock getting picked off right away. Durka pathing all the way to the left. Really beautiful. He took the timing. He saw the spacing was free and saw that no one was contesting it. He did not hold back. The confidence to have that swing actually ended up shutting down the defenses on that A site. They had the 2 initiators there. One of them dropped almost instantly after using that drone and that dart. And then Ethan left alone. He tries to get that spam kill. Doesn't really work out. This op. Kiko. Dart comes out.
Well, I think
they hear that cloud burst.
I think he actually does manage to dodge out the recon, but he won't dodge out from Durka. They want that op on the floor. And does Durka want to pick it up? Find out next round. Vitality. Tell you what, they're not on the major comebacks that we saw on that first half like we have on the first 2 maps.
30 seconds.
Took a while for them to get on towards the site itself, but once we actually get there, it's all lights out. No response at all from NRG, and a flawless to end things. Not allowing any semblance of a save. Durka says, not the operator, not just yet. Maybe on a future round, 2 and 2.
Yeah, but now it's equalized, and it might be the first time we see Vitality in the lead in the first half of a game where NRG is on defense side, because the whole side of NRG, they're on pistols. Bandit, 2 sheriffs on the board. They're just setting up this trap setup towards the mid doors. That flash is going to go in. They're going to clear mid. Not going to see anything because Vitality, again, playing this passive, playing it really smart.
Sinar and Profik as well, 1 away from the ult. A plant or an orb will do it, or a kill. But I'm sure this round, as long as they don't run into any obvious traps, they shouldn't have any real issues to deal with. Hope that those won't be any famous last words, because otherwise Vitality, as you say, will be, for the first time in an opening half of a map, actually be in the lead. They're going to leave behind Yampi over towards A, but Vitality now working their way up B through Belt as well.
He's just asked for that Cove towards A main. Getting that knife, scanning that someone's close, gets scanned back, but they know it's only one. The execute is out onto B. These players, they have all this space, but Scuba, he's tucked back sight.
Scuba,
30 seconds left.
is there any opportunity here? He's dodged out most utility, and well, it doesn't look like Vitality know he's deep inside so far. Oh, he has to get out. What's happening here? Finally, he goes down, but he's just back-to-back against multiple players. And speaking of multiple players, not a single one of those players from NRG is going to get a shot landed. Kiko just looking for some damage here. Walk in, find something, put a rifle on the ground. Vitality, they are in fact going to find their third.
Scuba having a little bit of a jump scare because Mada's just flooded back into sight, and it's so scary. But they weren't able to do anything. They were isolated onto sight. They were forced into that angle. The cove was there. The dart was into the cove. They pushed them out of it. They had to play on that side. But now, for NRG, they're definitely going to be looking forward to that next round where they're able to buy. Beautiful flash coming in, actually, from Yampi. Durka getting the pick onto Kiko. Now we're going to see another gun round coming in for both of these teams. Vitality, they've done just such a good job at waiting, holding passively towards mid, and ending. When they end, they're just doing it with such conviction, making sure nobody's playing in those close angles, clearing every single thing on the sites.
Fastest timeout for NRG that we've had all series. Of course, they haven't needed to do the timeouts very often. In the past couple of maps, they didn't come in until quite a bit later on. NRG want to make sure that Vitality are not going to get away with it too much here. And in recent showings of Breeze as well, you have NRG taking away Breeze from Paper X that we had on our opening day. Vitality, fun fact, last time they played Breeze was also versus Paper X, and they lost quite handily, 3-13. Paper X completely dismantled them. That was in Masters London.
Yeah, Paper X playing that single controller on the Viper, but also having the Omen online. I feel like the Omen just hasn't been doing enough for these teams, especially when that Viper wall goes down. The Viper falls, you're kind of struggling because Omen, he can't do enough smokes to make sure that you're getting into sight safely. So it makes sense to see these double wall controllers on the sides of this matchup right here and now. 3 ults for Vitality. They have really good execute ults. I wonder if Sayonara is going to set up for the Sova ult. Make sure they clear a zoning ult towards this B site because they're all grouped up here, trying to get a first initial pick. Not going to find anything. But it really looks like they're setting up for this execute.
Operated back in the hands of Kiko, by the way. No one is going to be exploring that side of the map. It's going to be Reckoning straight away for Vitality. No response yet realistically coming through from NRG. Hunter's Fury being rolled into this one, but Dirk has already got Scuba on the floor. Cove barely comes in time, but not in time to save. Walk away from Dirk. It's going all the way Vitality so far, despite the spike falling. 4 versus 2.
Spike planted.
And now big questions are being asked. Kiko, he's stuck in this spot again. Well, he has to think about saving the up. Last time he couldn't make it out with his weapon. Etham's by his side this time, and straight out of the timeout, Vitality will take another round.
Yep, beautiful execute once again. The pathing really good. Scuba unable to delay because he just instantly gets dropped. Uses that snake bite, but he can't find anything. You literally can't stay on site with these Vitality executes. They're so good at forcing you to play in a certain position and then clearing you really well. And then Mada trying to fast flood back in, just not working out. I think he accidentally shot at a gun because he thought it was someone. But just so hard for the side of NRG to be able to retake when literally there is 0 delay from their anchor player.
Big utility spin here, though. Reckoning and Hunter's Fury from Vitality to ensure the site was going to be theirs, and it was theirs handedly. Durka doing God's work, honestly. Start to see him really make some big moves. The real sad thing for this particular round was Kiko, again, having the ult, but just on the wrong side. Doesn't quite find the opportunity to get a nice early pick. As NRG will be able to string together another buy here with their minimal money.
This might be the round that Kiko gets a pick, though. He's playing towards that Tons on B. The knife gets destroyed. Vitality, they're going to think something's up. That knife getting destroyed is a pretty big indicator that the op is probably set up towards there. And now again, Vitality just grouped up, making sure they're going together. That spike is going to be down on Yampi towards that bottom mid. Kiko still trying to go for one. Spots the arm of Yampi, but it's not enough. The flash is out. That's information given. Durga just spamming that cove. They're still committing to this A split, though.
Here we go. Starting to heat up now is Durka and the rest of Vitality, but mind you, Mada is still there. Reckoning coming through from behind. It's going to be Durka caught by it, and Ethan happy to just receive. The rest of Vitality is still trying to make their way through mid, high tide, cutting off the approach from NRG just on the other side of that wall.
Slowed down because Sayonara, he has all of sight. Ethan spamming. He knows that player is up there on that bridge. But Vitality, they haven't made their mind up yet. So slow to come back towards Sayonara. He has them full sight.
Oh.
Profek with a beautiful pick on Mata while he's rotating. And now these 4 players in NRG stuck in a retake, all from spawn.
It's going to give them to mid to be here. They're going to get onto the site quite easy. Sayonara goes 1 for 1. Discovers multiple members there. Null command, Ethan needs to make this work big for NRG now. They're starting to slip away in terms of the round numbers as damage being traded through. Ethan does fall onto the floor, gets raised back into play, but instantly Yampi drops him again. Profit going to keep going. Scuba, does he have enough here? 10 HP. You gotta look for the exit, my friend. And out he goes. And Vitality, they'll at least send 1 player to chase.
I really like the slowdown of the round there for Vitality, just letting Sayonara be the scout, get that info. Scuba getting a pick onto Profek might be able to get away with this weapon. Only 10 HP though, and these players, they're really hunting. Chronicle up towards mid. Punching onto this. You see that he's not there. It's already gotten away. But yeah, Vitality, man. This is looking so nice. They almost got caught off guard by the Kiko op towards mid. Yampi's arm just sticking out, but he did manage to see him. He saw that pixel, he used that flash, and they still committed. They weren't scared that anyone was going to go through that cove. And it makes a lot of sense. And then that pick, Profek, making sure he gets that rotator, Mata getting caught off guard. Just so many little things that added up to make this Vitality round look so clean.
Yampi did a lot there as well, shutting down Ethan on the reapproach, but remember, that was a 5 versus 4. Zerka fell almost instantaneously, got caught out by the reckoning coming through from Ethan, or rather from Mata, I should say. Hunter's Fury now coming through from Brock. Finds Durka, Ethan onto Profit as well. Finally, NRG. This round looks far better for them, and Mata's going to make sure that's going to be the case. He's looking so strong, tripling up Sayonara. Doesn't even land the shots. Mata gets away on 35 HP, and NRG get their round.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. And now again, you can see these players struggling, trying to figure out an answer here. Vitality.
One enemy remaining.
They looked so good, and now the way that they've answered back for NRG is just spamming, making sure they've gambled the right site. Scuba, he has that Viper Pit. Pretty good winning condition for a retake, or if he's just going to set it down early. And then, of course, Yampi. Null command, that KO ult, could use it on any of their executes just to make sure that they're out on site on time. But Durka going for a pick with this op. He might catch off Ethan here.
Oh, he just didn't have the scope, man. He just didn't scope in time, unfortunately. Scopes out, Ethan peeks, and just terrible timing, unfortunately. But Operator has been revealed now. That's good info for NRG. Profik, by the way, is going to be 1 away from his ultimate. Look at this walk down, Ethan. Slipping by for the time being. Profik on the other side of the wall. NRG, 4 members on a Vitality. Want to finish on this side of the map, you can tell. And given that Ethan has so much advanced information on B, NRG are also in position to receive.
Slow again for Vitality. This split, it's going to be a little bit detrimental. That wall's going to come in. The ult is up, but the wall, it's there. It's going to delay them. Going to be able to allow NRG to reposition here. Brock walking through that wall, gets one on Chronicle, gets a second onto Sayonara. Yampi with the trade, but not before 2 of them have dropped now. 3 players on this side of A. Yampi trying to get one. Durka and Profek actually getting it. Ethan walking through that cove to get the pick. And then another trade. Ethan, 1v1 all of a sudden with Yampi. That KO Molly going down. Yampi with 90 HP. No util on either side. They're just going to have to use their guns. This is so scary. Creeping up for both of them. And Ethan with the spam through the box. 3K for Ethan. This is what I was talking about when I say he seems to go beast mode every time.
This guy's got guns. He's got the aim. That'll give NRG their 4th. And he was the guy that gave all the information over as well. Pushed up really early. Cleared B. allowed the rest of NRG to basically hold positioning on A, and even then actually still got really close towards the end there with the back and forth, plenty of utility being popped in, I should say. Very chaotic end of the round that ends with a 1 versus 1, and Ethan, ice cold, winning that KO 1v1.
Ice cold indeed, and you could see how active they were. It's actually kind of crazy that it got so close though, because 4 NRG players were already on site. They managed to get the harbor wall down too, to deny the map control from Vitality to push up. Their post plant was kind of cooked. If they had gotten that spike down, they would have not been able to do anything unless they flash through, unless they fight that back site. So it's kind of crazy to see that NRG got so close. But of course, you can always count on Ethan, 2-time champs winner. Ethan, 1 time with EG, last year with NRG. Just being absolutely phenomenal, so cool, so calm and so collected. I feel like this guy's one of the main reasons why this team has so much success. Of course, he's able to be that rock for the team, both in-game and out-of-game. The mentality is there, the ability to adapt, and of course, as the ag.al, when you're fragging out and clutching, it's always got to feel good.
Leading the lobby 9-4. Off to the other side 9-5 alongside Durka, same scoreline. And speaking of scoreline, 5 for Vitality. That was 5 in a row actually between rounds 3 and 7 inclusive. NRG finally slowing things down. Droning in, knife in hand, and reckoning to follow through as well. They want Ethan, and Ethan has at least got the suppress on the 3 players off that knife. Big rotations coming through from the rest of NRG now through the double door. Ethan on the other side of the high tide.
Spike planted.
Spike in, and Drone does not get a tag, but at least it gets good information. Durka walking through straight into Kiko. Punished by Chronicle here as the Viper Spit falls on him. Chronicle looking to lock in this round via that ultimate in NRG. Do they have any hope of actually dismantling this one? Wait for the long rotation from Prophet as well through the double doors. That should come on through eventually. The underarm from Yampi actually catches him out. Scuba uses that information to just kill him through all of the smoke. Prophet's flank is unfortunately not going to get too much done either. And now it's just a 2 versus 2. Brock on a Chronicle. Only Sayonara. Then he has to deal with the defuse. Time is starting to run out though. Sayonara falls. And NRG will be able to get their 5th.
Vitality actually clutching that out because the spike going off 6-4, keeping their lead here.
Vitality will be getting the 6.
Yeah.
Actually.
No, that's what you
folks.
said. That's what you said, right?
Check the VOD. That's what I said.
Yeah. No. Yeah, no fake news here. Anyway, NRG, that's going to be a costly round for them. Judge on the side of Kiko, though. He has those knives to work with. Scuba as well with the Viper's Pit, playing alone on the weak side on B. NRG, another 1-3-1, trying to set up for something a little bit more aggressive towards this mid. It's Kiko that's going to be going down. The flash coming in. You're going to hear a lot of that pressure because Chronicle has been sat bottom mid. He heard all of that. Instead of just aggressing and pushing, Vitality comes back to clear it. Chronicle getting the pick onto Kiko, but Mata with an instant trade. But the rest of the team is here. They're over-rotating towards that B because they know that NRG, they've stacked towards that A. They saw that rotate. They also saw the early info.
Kiko committed for that play, but at least Mata was able to rescue the 1-1. Scuba now. As the wall fades, yep. He saw players, has to save his own positioning, but so far dodging out against the Hunter's Fury. Still in the same spot. He needs to be able to get out of here to pray and get himself a kill. Prophet looking the wrong way. 3 players there for Vitality. Yampi, okay, that's not too bad onto Scuba. Keeping things interesting over here. 2 players still left for Vitality as the wall fades and Yampi had knife out. Couldn't quite land the shots. Didn't have his gun available.
30 seconds
Yet to
left.
plant here. 30 seconds left to go. Ethan on the flank. Easy kill onto Yampi, leaving Sayonara by himself. Sees a shoulder onto Brock. Sees a head and a shot onto Brock. Still has to contend with 2 members left. Tapping Spike, running out of time.
10 seconds left.
He's gonna have to commit for this one. And is there gonna be a swing? Yes, sir. Mata. No issues.
Another nice round there from NRG. The scoreline being so close. round by round. It's so give and take for both of these teams. Vitality, they're starting off each round really, really strong. It feels like they're getting the really nice understanding of how they want to play. But here, finally, Scuba staying alive long enough, enabling that fast flood that NRG does so well. Mada able to come out backside to help him. The trades are all there. Everyone's able to use their util. Those are the small things that help NRG. But of course, Scuba was not punished on site, and now Vitality instead is on this force for the last round of this half.
Economy broken for the final round here. NRG looking to tie us up 6-6. We've had roughly 3 close maps in a row now. Despite the 13-8 finish on Lotus, I'm still going to say that was very competitive. Vitality happy to just chill together in mid for the time being. See what kind of opening they have here. Yampi and the Null command will certainly be part of that play.
Slowing it down once again. Trying to get towards that B tons. Mada's here though. Can he stop it? That ult going in, and all of a sudden there's no delay util in.
Okay, here we go. In towards mid. 2 players already on site. Okay, Scuba. He was a problem last round. He's going to be the first one down. And we're going to go from mid to A, actually. This has all ended up being a bit of a fake. Mada takes down Yampi. And now, oh my god, Kiko. Yep, that's what we're looking for. Hold steady and strong around the pyramid. Gives time for Ethan to come through under the bridge.
I got the spike.
But it's under pressure. That's Kiko. We know they didn't have a lot of money coming into this one. But NRG says, that's all good news for us. 6-6 at the end of the half, and we got ourselves a lightning fast and quick finish and very, very close game on number 3 for maps.
6-6. It literally couldn't get any closer. Ethan topping the scoreboard with 12 kills, 5 deaths. This guy's been absolutely phenomenal. I don't know what it is when it comes to Breeze, but he always manages to frag out. Not even just clutches, but just being able to consistently get those picks while also having phenomenal util. I feel like for both these teams, they're so evenly matched here though, because on the other side, when I'm looking at Yampi, he has a lot of those same rounds. The beautiful util, the flashes that are at the right timing. The info with the KO has been phenomenal, and of course, just also being able to get a lot of those kills. But right now in this server, it's looking like a stalemate. And if anything has taught us from the past matches of this series, the second pistol is going to go the way of Vitality if we're just talking about how close it's been. But we never know. Of course, whoever wins this pistol is going to get ahead. Going to be interesting to see what these teams have come up with for this pistol. NRG leaving their side that they favor the most, though. Going on to that attack side. It's been phenomenal. Wondering if they could just be able to keep up that momentum that they've had from the last map that they played.
NRG really having to find themselves a little bit after 2-5 was the most one-sided part of this first half. Vitality for the first time finding themselves actually in the lead in the opening half. 5 in a row. That was a bit of dangerous territory for NRG to be able to walk through. A nice recovery towards the end. In the last 5 rounds, 4 of them went NRG. Vitality only found that number 10 in the middle there. We're all locked up going into our third map, and we knew this one was going to be competitive. We knew this series was going to be close, but to have it this close with 30 rounds in our opening map, a bit more of a commanding affair in terms of where NRG looked for Lotus. But a Breeze now that is completely tied up as we move into half number 2.
Speaking of NRG, too, the last time they played this was against Paper Rex 2 days ago. 13-10 versus Paper Rex. The runners-up of champions, of masters, sorry. They've been so good at globals, Paper Rex, and they've constantly shown it. But NRG managing to take them down yesterday, it was a story that people weren't really ready for. And on the other hand, Vitality, this group is insane. This pistol is going to be insane with Durka trying to find one. Doesn't find any with that Sheriff Chronicle. He's pushed off site. Durka's all of a sudden alone.
Durka low HP, but he'll make the shot count onto Brock. He's being surrounded right now. Kiko makes short work of him from behind. 4 versus 4, but it's Ethan on low HP. 7 to work with here. As the rest of Vitality start to make their way through. Archers, one from the tunnel here as well. Wall starts to fade, and as that happens, Scuba is first up, surviving on 2 HP for just a while. Yumpy onto 2, and Ethan, 1 versus 2, isn't going to survive on 7 HP, and Vitality called it. Pistol goes theirs.
Feels like we're seeing deja vu once again. The second pistol going towards the team of Vitality. It's kind of refreshing to see now that Vitality has pulled ahead so early on in the game, because every single other game it's been 8-4. Now 7-6. They're going to use this wisely. An Outlaw onto Durka. Team of NRG, they're going to go into something fast as usual. Playing towards that B. The only player here to face them, though, is Chronicle. Is he going to be able to delay for long enough? He doesn't have that orb down for himself. The wall's coming in.
Mindful of elbow there as well. Unfortunately, Sayonara's not going to see anything, which is unfortunate because you just have all of NRG flooding their way onto B anyway. So here it comes now. You've already had Kiko down. That's a decent scan. Prophet will use that to double up for kills so far. Understands there's still players on the other side of this wall. Sayonara says, yep, Scuba's mine. Brock, not the only one left to play with, and a flawless. Easy as you like it.
Flawless indeed. This team just making sure they're playing really well together, really passive, not overextending, delaying for long enough. Vitality, both these teams actually doing such a good job of understanding how they want the pacing of the round to be and making sure they're keeping that up with each other. Profek, the 3K. We love eco frags in this house.
We do. Yumpy loves it. He'll pop off at any round that Vitality win, and Vitality once again ahead. Love to see them being able to actually be in the lead and not be fighting from behind constantly. Durka has a big opportunity here. Oh my goodness. Takes a few shots through the wall. Brock, heads up play by him to not fall into the hands of that op.
Enemy mark.
Up on site, walked all the way up. You can tell that Chronicle doesn't really think he's going to push all the way back site. As I say that, he peeks it. Might be able to catch a glimpse of Mata. The Cove going down. The flash coming in.
Mata doesn't have the timing though. Durka, again, low HP. Mata's pushed in so deep at the moment that Vitality gonna have to re-clear that angle. What a shot. Durka finds his mark on Ethan. Been waiting for that one. Patience rewarded. Kiko look for something through the smoke, and he'll get that last shot onto Sayonara's head. Evening us up 4-4 now. Wait for the long flank, by the way. Profik slowly coming on in. Durka trying to just tag somebody through the wall. Eventually, Profik, he's got eyes on the spike here, but would like to have himself a kill. Flash, maybe not as ideal for Yum because he would like Profik through onto Kiko as well. Profik finally really showing up when it matters. Can he get the left side? Storm Surge should be good. Oh, not quite. Scuba. Very quick in response here. What else can we find? Chronicle down, Durka. Yeah. Oh, he's just having to leave.
Technically their bonus round and saving the op. It's okay. It's okay because for Vitality, keeping that op is really important, especially on this defensive side. I feel like now we're looking at Durka to just make something happen with that. This pick on Ethan. Really nice. Kiko, this was kind of nasty. That last bullet in a spray going that way. Yampy just whiffing that flash a little bit, and the trades are just coming in. NRG, you can see it there. They're just focused on snowballing these rounds, making sure they're getting the economy on lock, the ults on lock as well.
They know they didn't take the op out of the hands of Durka, so that needs to be a problem to be solved for this round. Respecting that, they're going to have to drone through into shops. Nice and early, eating a flash in response.
One suppressed.
And the knife only finds one player, so the entirety of this push is so far not been spotted until now. Speeding up, NRG, straight away in. Not wasting any time here, looking for kills. Ethan drops so quickly. Profik gets 2 before he falls, and that leaves numbers heavily in favor of Vitality until Brock finally responds with one. And Scuba will even things up now, 2-2. Plant should be coming on in. Don't think the NRG are quite aware of this flanking angle just yet, and as Brock looks for it, he gets punished summarily. Scuba with the work to do now for this clutch, understands Sayonara. It's on the opposite end of the pyramids. And good timing, but no headshot. No way, Scooby can't miss that one. That could have been the opportunity, and Durka will be the one to get Scuba down. Big celebration, as you're going to hear from the stage there.
They're definitely happy about that one. Pulling slightly ahead. Can see these players, NRG, communicating, trying to figure out what's going wrong. What they're able to change to fix it for the next round. We're really perfect with 2 beautiful kills through that wall.
One enemy remaining.
Durke, of course, with the flank as well. Everything's just working out for them. These 1v1s, the peaks that they're taking the timings through the walls, through the util as well. And a fast A here for NRG.
Oh, okay, that knife sees just about everybody. So once again, we're going to repeat this play. Run it back, and I ain't talking Phoenix yet. NRG find themselves on the site pretty cleanly for now. No early deaths, eating a little bit of defensive utility coming on through. Reckoning will cause some issues, but is there going to be a kill made out of this one? Marta and Ethan say yes, we're going to be the ones actually getting it. Durka online with the operator once more. Viper's Pit even being in play. This is going to be NRG saying it's a full commit.
Spike planted.
Now that the Reckoning's off the table, Viper's Pit should be feeling pretty comfortable as one more player still push on up, but Kiko can't quite find the kill. 3 versus 3 now for this retake. Mind you, Marta is currently still off-site. It's the rest of the players on NRG hiding inside the Viper's Pit, and we're starting to run out of utility to flush out this pit.
Not yet.
Making his way in. Doesn't realize that Marta's there.
Last player standing.
And it's just down to Chronicle now, and I think he's just got too much to do here. Players all around him. Time is dwindling. Gets Ethan down, gets another player, but he can't defuse.
That winning condition for NRG was that Viper's Pit, and they played around it really nice. That's why that full execute was going up. Even though they got scanned by that knife, it didn't slow them down. They took that site still, able to get that pit down, able to just play really annoying. Obviously, this push, the double peek, both from back and front of site. The timings on that was really nice. Mata and Ethan, of course, Chronicle trying to close this out as well, but is not able to. And now, even though NRG won that round, they've taken a timeout.
I want to make sure they can maintain their momentum. Very messy round by all accounts. A couple of successful spams through several smokes and walls. Excellent positioning by Marta that wasn't checked in. That got him an extra kill. And Chronicle, even towards the end there, will find himself a couple of exits before the round inevitably ends. With all 10 players actually falling when the spike is exploding.
Yeah. I think this is a little bit rough for both of these teams to fully understand what's going wrong or what's going right, because a lot of the time it feels like everyone's doing everything right. It just comes down to those 1v1s, to those 2v2s, and the frags, making sure they're not losing their fights. Of course, now...
Look at the buys here.
I was going to say, struggle buys across the board. You wouldn't know who won the last round if you were just looking at this. 2 Guardians, 2 Bulldogs. Just playing it safe once again. NRG, they have a feeling that Vitality might be doing something. 4 players for them towards the site of A.
So NRG close to the ultimates at least. They got that working for them. NRG seeing if Vitality are going to bite for anything here. Taking no risk. I mean, we've had 2 pretty reasonably quick executes on A so far. The conditioning is now have Vitality putting 4 players in that direction. Slowly, we're going to be clearing through things. I think we're going to end... Okay, maybe not A, but they're leaving the first 40 seconds unattended.
Slow. NRG finally putting that Viper wall down. They're going to get scanned once again. 2 players. The KO on the Jet. Vitality, they know that they're there, but the pressure, it's all gone. Scuba getting a pick onto Chronicle and mid while rotating over, but they do see them rotating over. So these players on Vitality, they're going to be running over there, trying to get on site as fast as possible. The harbor wall up. They can take that space. Walking through the wall. Sayonara gets one. Kiko with the immediate trade, though. The KOL coming online. Profect trying to walk in that smoke. Deny that plant. Scuba just spamming through. Gets one. Durka with a trade, but Kiko instantly shutting him down. Yampi now 1v3. Has a bandit. Getting spammed through the wall. 40 HP.
Just doesn't quite have the weapon to do that with, unfortunately. So 9-9 we go. Well, we talked about earlier, NRG, despite winning, playing through the timeout, playing a very slow and controlled round there, forcing Vitality to be the ones to eventually go looking. I believe it was actually Scuba finding first blood, finding themselves into a fairly free site on B as well. Into a lesser economy onto Vitality. Both teams were somewhat broke there, but Vitality certainly had less, and now Vitality got some real guns to play with. Is this going to be a fast round?
Fast. Kiko already out, but the rest of his team is towards mid.
This Fury coming on in. Kiko's still in play here as well. Plenty of players waiting to be found here. Profect making things difficult over towards mid, and finally Kiko makes his presence known. Profect still has plenty more players on the other side of the wall to contend with. 4 versus 4 so far. Kiko good for extras. Chronicle finally activating overthrough from the tunnel side, and a triple kill now will put NRG down to just a singular. Vitality looking for double digits here. Chronicle on 2 HP, but Brock still needs to work his way through 2 more players. He doesn't know where Durka is. And Durka is about to find the biggest free kill of his life.
10-9. 10-9. Vitality back in the lead. This has got to be feeling really good for them. NRG trying to do some crazy plays, setting Kiko up for success, trying to get him to be the scout, try to get one, but it just doesn't open up any other opportunities. And now it's looking a little bit rough for NRG. They only have 2 rifles here. And on the side of Vitality, full buy, 4 ults. This should hypothetically be an unlosable round for them if they're able to play it right. But NRG, they're going really quick towards mid, trying to get that pick towards mid doors.
See if we can make this a chaotic round. That's probably the game plan for NRG. Mind you, Spike has been left behind here, so they're just trying to really make some work happen. Scuba, that's one of the 2 rifles available, finds Durka on the B side of the map. Ethan, no issues, just running it deep. Again, making the round extremely chaotic. What kind of read does Vitality even have about this type of situation? At this point, they've lost a bunch of information. NRG have walked all over the place. They have no idea where Ethan is. At least Chronicle will be able to peek pretty cleanly to get Brock down. Profit controlling Marta over towards the B side as well. Finally, we'll get the spike picked up.
4v2. This round playing out the way that Vitality wanted it to. NRG trying to put some tricks into that mid round, but not much. Scuba might actually be able to get this spike down. Just be able to get a little bit more of a winning condition down for them. Scuba and Ethan left. Scuba has the rifle though. 85 HP. 3 players from Vitality already towards this spawn side. And Chronicle's going to come in late from mid doors.
Do you want to burn an ult here for Vitality? How clean do you want this round to be? You said it here, should be an unlosable round for Vitality, and I tend to agree with you unless Scuba makes magic happen. Doesn't quite get enough here, and Ethan, he's only got a pistol. Vitality find 11, 2 away now from winning this match. Locking in a spot in the playoffs.
This is crazy. I feel the tension from the stage. You can tell these players are really feeling that pressure. Vitality, if they win this, they drop NRG back down. And they play the winner of Paper X and KC. We might see a rematch between NRG and Paper X. And now, you can see Yampi absolutely sending it with the yells. Rightfully so, because this is hype. They still have their 4 ults. 1 off of the Harbor ult as well.
Yep.
Fighting for mid. That flash coming in. The dart scanning one of those players towards NRG. And they're not giving it up easy.
Okay, Hunter's Fury starting to rip through some of these big ultimates. Still got more to play through if that one doesn't find anything, and unfortunately for Sayonara, it does not, goes wide all of those shots. We'll quiet things down a little bit, but do know the Vitality have pushed up 2 players in mid.
11-9 for Vitality. They're trying to play this safe, not overextending, because they need this round. They need to get it to that match point. The ult coming in.
Oh.
Beautiful ult by Yampy to delay for so long. Now all these players in NRG, they have no choice but to just wait. They have to fall, wait, hold. They have to re-execute here. They have the means. They have to get onto site. That Viper's Pit is their winning condition for this round. They just need to get into that post. Kiko catching off Profek.
Profek thought he had something there, but he overcooked a little bit, and now with 30 seconds left to go through, they're going to run to the other side of the map. Does Chronicle get any information out of this one? He's already moving over towards B, and here comes Durka on board to try and slow it down. He needs to do the job here. We're running out of time to plant here as well. And a big reckoning is just going to prevent him. However, Chronicle on the other side. Chronicle's doing big work. It is! Chronicle coming in to save the day. There wasn't much time left, but just enough for Chronicle to dominate.
I can't believe this. What a crazy spam here. The spray is phenomenal from Chronicle. Ace. What a way to get it to 12. This has to be demoralizing for NRG. They played it so close to the timer. They were trying so hard to bait the rotates. And you can see how full of life they are on the screen right now. Vitality, that's gonna be nice. And now 4 Guardians and a Spectre for NRG. They're just zooming towards A.
It's match point here. You can smell the victory, though. Oh, Durka, he's got that first blood locked in nice and easily. He falls to Brock. But Martyr is going to make things just a little bit more complicated here for Vitality if they want to win it. Plant comes on through. The 2 players have beaten the wall already. Profek making his way in. Ultimate in hand. Martyr ready to respond as well. Brock so far on the drone doesn't see anybody. Finally gets a mark onto Chronicle. But no shots will find their mark so far. Potential flank for Scuba coming through onto the double doors as well. Look how close those 2 Harbor players are standing next to each other. And now as time starts to run on our reckoning, we'll catch at least the 1. But are we going to get a push into the results of the kill? Martyr says yes. I know responds with 1. But NRG just have a little bit more going for them, finding signs of life deep into the map.
Wow. Insane. This is a nail biter for sure for both these teams. Durga started off getting that pick, but was instantly traded again. Feels like this round for Vitality, they were just desperate to get this over with. The floods, the pushing through, unable to trade. They were trying to flood and support Durga, but he died so quick after getting that initial pick. And now again, they still have that Viper's Pit here for NRG. They didn't even have to use it. So another reason for them to just be able to get into that post plant. Once again, Vitality trying to fight for the same main. The flash in, the molly, they hear it.
They hear it and they get a kill as well. But it's a 1-for-1 trade so far. Yampy will make it another. 3 versus 3 here. Spike on the floor as well. Rotation's starting to come on in. NRG want to commit to this one. Viper's Pit should make things a lot easier for NRG now to navigate through this round. But do they notice that Durka will be coming through on a big flank? Scuba! Ooh. He set one to the face. Chronicle takes Brock down as well. Numbers now looking good. Working their way inside. There's only 1 member left. Vitality! It's Chronicle with a 3-piece to push them into a victory and a hard-fought best of 3, 30 rounds in just the opening map. An unfortunate loss on Lotus. But you get onto Breeze, and you start to feel the winds behind the sails of this EMEA super team. They finally find a lead in the opening half of the map they couldn't get for the first 2 maps. And now, at the end of it all. Chronicle with an ace and a 3K now in the final round.